What is going on? I'm zmot, and today it is time for the Mega Crab. I know I'm starting a little bit later than some other people, but that's because I just woke up. Instead of doing an 11 p.m. stream here in France, it is an 8:15 a.m. stream, which is fairly fantastic. The kids have just gone to school. I am sitting here at my creaky cardboard desk with my coffee, and we're going to see how it goes. Let me know what kind of sound quality we got. Let me know what kind of video quality we've got. I'm streaming using my iPhone, specifically using its tethering ability, so it's a little bit weird for me. The internet via that is fantastic. Back in Canada, we only get 5 to 10 gigs a month. Here in France, you get 100 for 20 euros, which is absolutely insane. So gonna try my best to get this going. Now, this crab push is going to be a bit different than other people's crab pushes, and the reason for that is this account has 2 troop damage and 8 GBE, which is not a good troop loadout whatsoever for Mega Crab, but I think we can still get the diamond trophy. We're gonna give it a shot. And I have not set up any, actually, yeah, there we go. We got tank set up, but I got the wrong hero in there. We're going to use Mr. Bullet, and we're going to try with Taunt. Energy drink, I don't know how, we're going to go until we fail anyways. Let's just save that troop loadout. Now, it sounds like Grenadiers and Cryoneers are not actually using Life Leech based on that bug that I found in the dev build. We're going to try that as well, just to see how it goes. We will use Everspark. We're going to go until we fail. And then I'm going to boost, and then we're going to keep going until I fail again, and then I'll do some more stuff, and we're just going to get going. And I'm not going to boost anything until, obviously, we fail. Let's just drop a Grenadier or 2 right in here, let them take some damage, and then we'll see if they actually Life Leech. So, yep, as previously thought, no Life Leech for Grenadiers, which is really, really, really too bad, because Grenadiers have a lot of health and do a lot of damage, so their potential for the Life Leech was very, very, very high. What's going on, Paprico? Long time no Papriso. Long time no see. What's going on, Dean Biggs and Game On and Tony and SOG and BMO? Please do let me know how the sound is, what the video looks like, and all of that fun stuff. I've got green lights across the board here, so very, very curious to hear how it's going on your side. I'm amazed, actually. I cannot believe that I am able to stream using cellular data. I didn't even think of that before moving to France. We did our best to get the internet, like basically every place that we looked at that had bad internet, we turned down, but it turns out we could have potentially lived somewhere else. Did not even clue into the fact that cellular data was so ridiculously cheap here, because a plan like this would probably cost somewhere like $500 a month back in Canada. Just absolutely ridiculous. Rick C confirmed an OP stream is only for certain troops. Okay, so a little bit unfortunate. Only Cryos and Grenadiers, as reported by me in my Life Leech Explained video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It is in the cards. If you don't know how to check the cards, please do ask in chat. People can show you. Whoa, Paprico! And I always, is it a hard C or a soft C? Please, I've always said Paprico, but if it's Papriso, please do that. Probably a soft C, actually, because that looks like I think you're a Spanish dude living in Russia, I think. So I always get confused by that name. 100 gigabytes here, Mr. PK, is 20 euros. Unlimited calling, unlimited texting, unlimited calling to anywhere in Canada, US, France, Europe, basically anywhere in the world, unlimited calling, 100 gigs of data, and it's all for 20 euros a month. It's absolute, and there's no contract. No contract, you can quit at any time, no anything. It's just absolutely incredible. So a big shout out to Mr. Perrins, who I think is dropping his kids off at school right now, because he got me sorted out, and very, very helpful dude who happens to live in France. There's one benefit of having a large, well, actually there's more than one benefit. There is a whole bunch of benefits, but having a large task force family and having the fantastic community of Boom Beach behind you, moving to France, I got help from probably 3 to 4 different people setting me up with all sorts of good stuff and ideas, and it's been fantastic. So without Boom Beach, I think I would probably still be sitting here with my terrible internet complaining. So it's been a huge benefit, which I didn't even consider. So big shout out to all of you out there who have helped out, and even just having Boom Beach to chat with people and stuff. My friends and stuff are offline a lot of the day, but just because of the time zones, so having the Boom Beach community around has been very, very helpful, keeping me sane and not ridiculously lonely. So good times. Papriko. Okay, I've been saying Papriko forever, but I saw the muerto, and I thought probably papriso, but my Spanish is very weak, and I don't even want to think in Spanish, because when I do, my little bits of French that I have just go completely out the window. So we are doing Live Leech Crab using one of 2 troops who do not support Life Leech. I probably should throw some Cryoneers in here as well, just for the extra sad trombone-isms. Oh, that's pretty good. $60. In Canada, there's no such thing as unlimited. They just brought out like 10 gig plans. They tried to get rid of 10 gig plans for a while there because only people grandfathered in would have them, and then they brought them back because a bunch of the new smaller startup offered them. It's just, in Canada, cellular is just a gong show. I don't think you can actually have 10 gigs of data unless you have minimum $80 a month plan, and that still does not come with a lot of phoning, or it's just ridiculous. Canada's so far behind the times when it comes to cellular, but just because they just make so much money on it that I guess you can't really blame them. But okay, convert some resources. Johnny Das coming through in a pinch. This is something that I have a lot of problem with, and always forget. Make sure you get your raw crystals, otherwise you're just wasting resources once they get full. Hopefully you have not been touching your resource boat. No, that is not a euphemism. Just don't touch the resource boat. Leave it there. Using your resource boat has become outdated, and you should not basically ever use your resource boat unless you're a low level trying to upgrade. Okay, Keone in the house. Yeah, the internet here is passable for work, but it would take about an hour and a half to upload any sort of video, and streaming is just not possible. So let's convert some resources. Well, my raw crystals are still cheap-ish. Let's add 1 boat of Cryoneers just to make the worst possible Life Leech Crab combination. Now, for those of you who remember the last time we had Life Leech on Mega Crab, I think it was tank Life Leech only, and I managed to get the diamond statue using all tanks and not actually using Life Leech because I forgot to boost the tribe. So you can probably still get diamond if you use grenadiers with your tanks. They just won't be as effective. It's just a little bit sad because I really, really wanted to use grenadiers on this tribe, on this crab, I should say. Like just as I was saying in my other video, Life Leech is all about how much damage you do and how much health you have. Obviously, you can't heal yourself if you're dead. So Grenadiers and their huge amounts of health and their huge amounts of damage would have been very, very good, I feel like. So hopefully they push out a maintenance break sometime in the next little bit. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I kind of doubt it. But anyways, Grenadiers. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Sing in Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. What's happening? Bon effet. No, that's... my languages are already confused. How do you sing happy birthday in Spanish again? I don't even want to think about it, bad fee. Keep Spanish out of my head. I have enough hard time trying to speak French in France. And the reason for that is because I spend a fair amount of time in South America and in Mexico, so my Spanish, I can get by, I can order food, I can ask how much things cost, I can say please and thank you and all that sort of stuff. But I learned that after high school, and in high school I learned French, so my brain is just saturated with a little bit. Yes, that is a great thing to say. My brain is just wasted on languages. I am not good at any of them, so I haven't had to be. My kids are incredible at French. It's blown my mind. They went to French immersion in Canada, which I kind of assume like it's nothing compared to France, and they would come here and struggle a little bit. But they, like, my 7-year-old is, I think, tops in his class at the moment in like half the subjects, and my 9-year-old is absolutely crushing it as well. So I'm been very, very happy about the move here. So, not the move, but the time we've spent here so far. My kids are like going out and talking to people and interacting, and we're going to restaurants and they're ordering for me and asking questions, and like it's just very, very cool to see. So, I think my chat either stopped working or no one's chatting. I'm going to reload this page because the last message I got was quite a while ago. Hopefully that is just a page thing, not a chat thing. I don't know. Let's just have a look here. We're still green, 0 drop, a couple drop frames, but nothing of note. Let's see. It seems like the chat, YouTube has had some major, there we go. What's going on, Darnell Grigsby? So, yeah, I mean, we're definitely not doing as well as previous streams. Obviously, starting an hour after people is not the way to get the biggest possible stream, but if I would have started and on time, it would have been 7 a.m., and my kids would have just woken up. And when my kids just wake up, it is very, very busy. They got to get their reading finished before school, homework finished, they got to get fed, and they're just crazy. Like crazy, not in a good, very, very energetic way, we'll put it that way. Let's drop some critters. Now, as I said before, this account has 8 GBE statues and 2 troop damage statues. So I think I'm going to boost, right? I said I wasn't going to boost until I failed, but I think I'm going to boost the troop damage because this is just a little bit slower than I would have liked. And even with 2 troop damage is not going to be all that great. So just to speed things up a little bit, first of all, I'm going to barrage the core like a crazy person. And then we're going to boost some damage because we definitely need some more damage, I think. Soup in the house, coming from down under. Who else is here? Milos and Vac Attack. What's going on, Vac Attack? I feel like you are you comment the most out of anyone recently, but I don't remember you being here before the last couple months. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But welcome aboard. Love it when people comment on videos, ask questions on videos, make fun of videos, whatever. Just having interaction with people is a great thing, and one of my favorite things about having a YouTube channel. So yeah, let's just keep burning this. We have yet to. I'm not sure at what stage the difficult stages start to come in. I'm curious to see if anyone has had a look at the dev build videos to see if stage 20 is the same or not. I managed to get 3 different stage 50s on 3 different recordings, so I'm a little bit concerned that we might have a bug with people getting different stages. If you've watched OP Destroy's stream, or maybe, I'm not sure if Chicken's streaming or not, or anyone else who happens to be streaming, please do let me know if the stages are the same. I really hope they are. Having one bug with the one specific troop not working for Life Leech isn't a huge deal, but if the stages are different, that would be very bad. Yeah, Caesar. No Life Leech for Grenadiers, no Life Leech for Cryoneers. Anything that rhymes with ears apparently does not work with Life Leech. So, a little bit unfortunate there. I did boost. I totally gapped on that. I totally forgot about that. We're going to keep going, trying to get through these early stages as fast as possible. If I was to just drop tanks and then close the game, it would probably be faster, but we're not going to do that. We're going to just keep going. We're going to use Everspark as long as we can for the free critters, just because they're going to keep my Cryoneers alive a little bit longer. We're going to drop some GBE on some things, and then all sorts of critters everywhere. Okay, so you turn from a lurker to a commenter. Always a good time. Always a good time when you can draw those people out. I lurk on many topics and channels, but kind of funny how once you, I don't. Anyways, let's keep moving along. We're gonna get down stage 12 very, very easily. I'm guessing our first fail is gonna be on about stage 25 or so, but just because no boosted GBE, I'm still kind of tempted to switch to 7 GBE, 3 troop damage, but we'll see how that goes. I kind of like to do this stream until I get the diamond statue. Excuse me, coffee, burp. Yes, everything on this account is maxed. I'm not sure if the actual buildings are maxed, but my entire armory is maxed. Mr. Suman Libu. Probably, again, if I pronounce your name wrong, please do let me know, and I'll try to do better in the future. But, yeah, I gotta say, having a live stream at 8 o'clock in the morning is so much better than at 11 o'clock at night. Like, having just woken up is so much better. I've got a coffee in my hand, I'm alert, it's a great day, things are going well, my kids are off to school, I don't have to worry about waking anybody up. So yeah, and I threw down a blanket on the floor, so hopefully my voice is a little bit less echoey. The reason why my voice is echoey typically is that the fewer wall coverings you have, the fewer floor coverings you have, the more your voice bounces and echoes and sounds terrible. And I'm in a room that has basically like one tiny little picture on the wall and nothing on the floor. So, and everything here is tile, which makes things that much worse. Anyways, my Cryoneers are managing to stay alive just through the magic of luck and critters out front. They are not life leeching, so a little bit unfortunate there. I do not speak Spanish. I can fake it. I can get by. I can order beer. Talked about this a little bit earlier in the stream, but yeah, no Spanish here. No hablo español. Let's carry on. I do not want to get Spanish in my head because I'm already struggling enough with French in France as we are. Let's keep going. Probably should use this GBE to get rid of this shield back here. Try to save us a little bit of time. Not sure if I can bard it or not. Looks like it's... Yep, there we go. Speeding things, writing. Yeah, I never even thought about it, Keone, but I don't have any Baileys or Kahlua or any Grand Marnier or no. It's just lavender syrup. There's fresh lavender. Boil it with some sugar and some simple syrup, I suppose, and add it to your coffee. Makes my wife incredibly happy. But I should probably get some Baileys. That would make the weekends better. Good point. No adult beverages in the house today. Just a large cup of coffee. Not even a large cup of coffee. The cups here are tiny, which is okay. It just means that I have to have 2 to 3 coffees a day. But I gotta say, here in France, the coffee is dirt cheap. Like, for a pound of coffee back home, for a pound of good quality coffee back home, it's gonna be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $13. I tend to buy it when it's on sale, or I buy it at Costco where it's like more like $13 for 2 pounds. But here in France, it's like €2, maybe €3 at most. It's wine and coffee and everything but meat here is very, very cheap. And so our grocery, it's actually cheaper for us to live here in France than it was to live back home, because our house is rented out and food is cheaper, wine is cheaper, cheese is cheaper. It's pretty incredible, to be honest. So we're on vacation. Basically, I'm not on vacation. I'm working, but we're away in a different country for 6 months and saving money, which is crazy. So pretty interesting, and it's going to be tough to go home. If I could speak French, it would be really hard to go home. But since I don't, it makes it a little bit easier. Grenadiers do not have Life Leech, Mr. Christian Martinez. As you can see here, their health is just not changing. They're just sitting there, throwing their grenadiers, throwing their potato mashers, I should say. That's apparently what their grenades are called, potato mashers, and just not healing. Same with the Cryoneers. Do I still have the sad trombone? Let's just check it out. Your coffee did not make you sick in 2 or 3 coffees. I don't know what you mean, man. No per diem. I am here on my own choice. My company I'm the only person who basically works from home, and my company is okay with it, but I have to work from 2 p.m. until about 11 p.m., which is not super ideal. But yeah, as far as the company goes, I'm just working from home in Canada, essentially. My boss knows where I am. I haven't advertised to anyone else that I'm working abroad. I'm just working regular hours and not going into the office. If I have to go to the office, it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s. So hopefully I don't have to go into the office. But we're only here for a little while. So anyways, let's get rid of that shock launcher. Really would like some more damage. I think I'm going to place another damage statue. 7-3 is still useful for what this account's used for, so I think I'm going to switch this account up. I really feel like I am burning through these stages a little bit too slow. Let me know in the chat let me know in the chat if you think I should add an extra damage or not. I'm leaning towards it, so if you think I should or should not, do let me know. I think we're going to lose a bunch of our non-Life Leech I can't believe how long these Cryodeers have lived, to be honest. I think that Flotsam is going to be the end of them, though. Let's throw a shock out here. I think that Flotsam is going to kill the last of our Cryodeers. We'll find out. I'm going to try to flare away from it as fast as we possibly... Let's get away. Come on, Cryodeers, run away. Oh, we managed to save some of them. That's good. Now, yeah, so this whole experience has been very interesting, and we've only been here for 3 weeks, and we've got something like 4 or 5 months left, something ridiculous like that, so hopefully my French will improve, but it's kind of strange because anytime I try and speak French, everyone tries to speak English because they know how terrible I am at it, which means that my wife gets lesser experience because people are speaking English, so I kind of just try not to speak. Typically back home I'm a fairly chatty person, and here I'm just not saying a heck of a lot, so it's kind of strange. Let's keep going, get these critters out. Hopefully they can get that shield gen down before our troops do. Grenadiers, if you're getting bored with the Grenadiers, please do let me know. No, I don't have any troop health. Actually, vote of medics, you say. Okay, thinking about it. Let's see what people think about this. I'm 8-2 right now. Yep, 8-2. I have a troop health stored, but I don't really want to use it because I don't know how much time I'm going to have for the crab. I'd like to just store it for another crab. Crab with a Plan have invited me to come attack with them. The last, every crab, and I have not yet done it. So I'd like to save a troop health for the time when I could potentially join them. I only have one in storage. This account has not made one in a long time, so I think I'm going to leave that one in storage for the time being. What do we need to get rid of? Let's get rid of you and get rid of you. And we shall keep moving forward. These Cryoneers are actually... Cryoneers and Grenadiers have worked fairly well together, which just makes it sadder the fact that Life Leech does not work with either of them. So let's shift over to the left-hand side now that we've cleared a bunch of that stuff. And let's get another barrage out and get that cryo bomb out. And some critters. Tanks. Yeah, once I fail with I'm going to switch to some tanks. We'll do some Zuka attacks as well, just because Zukas... Oh, if Zukas had a little bit more health, they would be so incredible for this crab, just because they do more damage than they have health, so they'd be healing more. They would be healing absolutely ridiculous. And if I have that chart still, this chart right here. So Zukas do way more damage than they have health, so they would be so good for healing on the Life Leech. Same with Grenadiers. Grenadiers would be healing 50% of their health, or 65% when boosted, so it would have been so good. So a little bit unfortunate that SuperCell has another bug in their code, but these things happen. So you know what, let's do some Zukas and or rifle hits. Right, meow. Okay, let's go. I wonder if Grenadier Life Leech has ever been a thing in the past. I don't know if it's ever been a try, but I'm guessing not. Let's, I'm not sure why I just touched my resource boat. Do not use your resource boat during crab. Very, very bad things will happen. Let's just get some Zookas loaded, and we'll just keep going. I think that's the fastest way to get through these early stages, probably. Probably should be scouting, but yeah, 172 or 181 are both fantastic ways to do this crab, and I think those are going to have a great, great time. Let's get into here. Run, dudes, run. Cryo bomb. Hopefully keeping the rocket launchers from firing. We'll find out in about 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. We just lost signal. We lost signal. Hello, internets. We're still here. We lost signal as I'm losing troops like a crazy person. Need to keep my hands from reefing on the cable, clearly. Oh man, that was close. We're back, though. We're back. Thank you for your patience. Let's see if we can walk all the way back to here. I don't think we're going to have enough GBE to get there. I think this was a foolish, foolish plan. And based on the number of smokes left, we might actually be able to get there. We'll find out in a second. We just lost all of our Zookas. So, yeah, not the best plan in the history of the world. Let's throw some critters right about there, and shock right about there, and there. And maybe, just maybe, we can pull this off. We just need to get away from all of this stuff. Let's throw some more critters. Otherwise, we're gonna get... We're done. This is... Remember when I said we're gonna use Zookas till we fail? Well, that was not long-lived. Let's see if our Zookas actually heal themselves, though. See, that's the problem with Zookas. You see that one mortar? Poof! Goodbye, Zookas. So we failed already. Stage 17. Yes, unboosted. You know what? Let's just boost. I'm sick and tired of this. Let's get into it. That was a poor, poor showing. Keeping count of disconnects and coughs. Fantastic. I think my cough is hopefully done. Hopefully done. As for the cable, I've got to get one of those white erasers from... My kids don't have erasers because here in France, they write everything in pen, which is crazy. The idea of 5, 7, and 9-year-olds only using pens is just very, very strange to me, because our kids use pencils back home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just boosted everything, and then I realized that I was going to get an extra damage down. So anyways, let's just keep going with the Zookas. Brief. Yeah. So what I've read is that the best way to clean, let's use a shock to drop our troops. The reason why I'm using a shock is just because we have so many smokes that are required to get back there. So using a shock instead should get our troops to be alive, which is what we're after, obviously. Oh man, another disconnect. As you can hear the sound start to come out. It's the exact same spot both times. I'm gonna have to check my cables here in a second. My apologies. We're back. No, we're lost. Disconnected again. No. I can feel it wiggling. So it's I've moved my cables so they don't rub on my desk today, and as a result, I think that they are actually disconnecting because of either length or angle or twist. So trying to fix one thing, adding another issue. So not super, super awesome, but I'll resolve that in a second, hopefully. I think did we lose Brick? Oh yeah, there's Brick back there. I was trying to get battle orders started, but no battle orders to be found. We're going to shock here. Yeah, I did think it is going to turn. So super awesome. Not super great at this game today. Let's just... Oh, another disconnect. Awesome. Oh, well, as that goes down, we're going to fix my cable. I'm going to turn this around. You guys can hear the hup haze over the microphone, probably. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just doing super well on stage 17. Everything was going well until stage 17. Is that thing hot? Yeah, it's a little bit hot. Cables, let's just check the cables as the Zookas burn the core. Sorry, you're going to hear some weird sounds here and possibly one more disconnect. But there we go. Cables are good and tight. That hopefully will do us. I think the disconnects are leading like 5-0 so far. 3 coughs. What? Oh man. Life Leech does not work on Grenadiers. Life Leech does not work on Grenadiers. Life Leech does not work on Grenadiers. Cable disconnects hopefully have come to an end. This is not a great way to go with the Zookas. That we're gonna need to get rid of that. Now let's go. Go away. This is the beauty of having 8 GBE, that we can actually remove all sorts of stuff and then do a 2 smoke drop over on this side. 1 and 2. Probably going to have a bit of troops off to the right hand side, but they're going to gap just enough to get underneath the smoke. Get walking, get walking. Now, obviously, troops are not doing Life Leech when they're walking, which is, which is bad, but not overly, not something you can't deal with. So we're gonna walk back into here, and then we're gonna get back behind this rocket launcher, just making up paths. It always takes me a little while to get used to the pathing of Mega Crab, as you can see by the fact that my troops are about to die. Let's get that down. We're going to use battle orders, and we're going to throw some critters out here. Critters are going to help clear the mines, and they're hopefully going to keep our troops alive. Let's go. Come on, Zookas. 1 and 2, and now we should be in fairly good territory. There's no rocket launchers around, no shock launchers around, really. And battle orders. That shield just absolutely melted. Stage 18, down with some Zookas. Okay, so hopefully cable fixed, hopefully internet going well. Now, if at some point my stream just dies, it's because I've used up too much cellular. Hopefully that's not the case, but I don't know how to check how much data I've used. So if that happens, it's going to be very... Oh, I already hit attack. I thought I was scouting. Okay, so let's just... There's going to be a lot of mines there. Let's go like so. I'm going to drop this cryo bomb. And we're just going to drop all of our Zookas right in here. And I know this is Life Leech Crab, but we're not really using Life Leech at this point. So let's also get that cryo bomb back there popped. What I want to do is clear this front rocket launcher, and then we will talk about smoking our troops. We're going to back them up a little bit, and then we're going to come up to here. The reason for that just being that I wanted to get all of them into a nice little group. If you've ever hit the core on Spine, for example, you'll know what I'm talking about. That should have been an artillery instead of a barrage, I think. And now we're going to get right down into here and hopefully not hit any of these mines. I'm kind of thinking we're going to hit all of them. But maybe, just maybe, we can get down there. Oops, cryo bomb needs to go off very, very soon. Cryo bomb. Did I hit my troops? No, I did not. Okay, so we're still doing okay. Not super awesome. Okay, that I thought we were going to be out of range of that shock launcher. Unfortunately, we're not. One more battle orders. There's a flamethrower down there. See, this is not going well. This is why you should probably not be using Zookas, but we managed to take down stage 19 with a little bit of luck. Let's throw some critters out front. Hopefully they can distract the rocket launcher for a second. Major AZ Hole and Beast Mode 2.0 and Michael Gunderson. Where did all you guys just come from? Anyways, welcome aboard. We are doing Life Leech Mega Crab. So far we have used no Life Leech, and we've gotten to stage 20. First we used Grenadiers and Cryoneers, which neither of them work with Life Leech. Both are broken, sadly. Let's not use those. Let's switch to all tanks. And we're going to use Miss Brick. Yes, I said Brick. We're going to use Brick with all tanks just for stage 20. We're going to use Smoky tanks. We're just to stay out of the Life Leech deal. We're just going to keep doing things in an irregular fashion. Let's go like so. We're going to drop all of our tanks into here. We're doing the complex drop. If you've ever hit complex, you know what I'm talking about. Dropping this, it's called the badass drop, I think people like to call it. We're going to gap our smokes a little bit, just enough that they don't get shot by boom cannons. We do not have troop health if you've just joined me. We are sitting at 8 GBE and 2 troop damage, which is basically the worst crab statues in the history of crab statues. And we just lost Brick, which is going to make this attack that much more fun. Let's get our tanks over into here. We should still have a little bit of GBE left by the time we get there. Critters, shocking. Now, here's the problem. That shock launcher right there is right on top of our troops. Need more critters. Obviously, when you're shocked, you are not doing any healing whatsoever, so you need to keep your troops from being shocked. Do not recommend using smoky tanks quite so much as this, but I think we might be able to pull it off. As long as our tanks spread out a little bit, we should be okay. Without troop health, I think this boom cannon, boom cannon goes down. We have a chance. Let's get these critters out over here. See, as soon as you're shocked, you're in a world of pain. So I probably should have barraged this shock launcher right here. But instead, we're just going to watch our tanks slowly get whittled down by the cannons at the edge. Maybe, just maybe. We still have a shot, though. Let's throw a medkit. Medkit will save the day. If I move, that shock launcher is going to get me. So we're just going to stay right here and see if we can take this down. Back attack. I have probably attacked, let's say here, I've been playing the game for somewhere in 4 to 5 years with the task force. So 300 ops, say 350 ops times 4, that's like, what's that, 1400 ops? Plus sometimes I hit 10 ops in a day. So you just learn them. I could probably solo some maps with my eyes closed almost. I can do the cooker core hit. I've probably done 500 times, I want to say, something ridiculous like that. Vac attack, you probably should come join one of our task forces. If you're doing upper lip in a 5-man, it's not bad, but come hop around in our task forces. You would have, oops, I just hit attack. Do we have a shock launcher nearby? Yes, let's get, I didn't hit attack. Oh, I'm delirious. Need another cup of coffee. Let's barrage that shock launcher and then just try our smoky tanks one more time. Oops, there's a bit of GBE required. We're starting to get into the point where it starts to cost some energy to GBE things. Getting 4 cryo bombs with 1 artillery, super important skill. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They drop on both sides. That's not going to be super awesome. And then we're just going to walk right into there. Can you say walk when you're using tanks? Or do you have to say, like, drive? Or what do tanks even do? We're going to lose that. Oh, no, it got popped underneath smoke. There we go. This is the problem with brick and tanks. They are vastly different in speed, which is why I kind of like to use them, because it makes things that much more ridiculous. Let's go like so, 1 and 2 into there. Hopefully our tanks are going to get there. It's going to be so incredibly close. Let's just refresh our flare and critters and shock and shock. Okay, so tanks in this nice little hidey hole. They do have Life Leech. Life Leech does work for tanks, thankfully. Obviously, otherwise there would be major issues. Yeah, roll up. There you go. Well done, Beast Mode. That's the right word. Tanks roll up. Just like, I suppose, do Transformers roll up too? I think is that an expression for... Anyways, I think we're going to lose. This is not a good spot. I was thinking my tanks were going to be doing a lot more damage, but only having 2 troop damage seems to be a problem. that boom cannon, these boom cannons right here, I think I need to actually flare them. Let's flare the boom cannons. Otherwise, we're just going to go slowly and surely into that good night. This is going to be an interesting play. Go away. Go away. I think we might have just saved it there. We might have just saved it right there. As long as that last cannon goes down. There we go. Now we can back her off and roll back a little bit. Oh, okay. Scoot. Scoot is the best way to describe tanks. Just scoot on over there, would you? Okay, well done. Well done, DVS. I like that a lot. Okay. Boom and Royale, why would that be the case is asking. I'm not sure what you mean. I think I've missed something there. No, lacking some context. So I think we've resolved the cable issues. I think we've resolved a bunch of... I just wish I hadn't boosted that 10th statue, because right now we're sitting here with 2 troop damage, and we're already just slogging away at the core. So my tanks are going to be super wimpy, no troop health on this account, and not a lot of damage, so I might have to change these statues up. We shall see. So far, we've already got the Iron Trophy, though, and the Stone Trophy. For those of you who... I've had a lot of people ask about the fact that my account has 2 statues of the same kind. If you look at our task force, let's have a look and see what... where is zmot? Right there. If you look at this account, you'll notice that I have the Stone Anniversary Trophy and the Diamond Anniversary Trophy. There was a bug in the first monthly Mega Crab where you could share statues between accounts. And so, for example, if you look at, I think it's in Crab 9, that is not an E. If you look at Tom's here, the Tom's account, it has the Diamond Anniversary Trophy at XP level 40. So that's just placed from my other account. So you want to use Bullet, do you? Let's just see if we have a Smoky. I'm going to check to see if we have a Smoky stage or not. Okay, here we go. Let's just get Bullet out. Bullet will stand out in front. I still think we're not going to have quite enough damage. We're going to use Energy Drink for the first one just to see how it goes. And then maybe we'll use Mr. Chicken's Shock Knuckles. The first time in history of Crab that Chicken's Shock Knuckles are actually useful. Now, Shock Knuckles are useful on some operation hits, such as Complex. There's some pretty cool hits you can do on operations using Shock Knuckles. Let's get that. If you've never seen them, just try and Google, go on YouTube and search for, something along the lines of Shock Knuckles solo or something like that. There's a bunch of hits with Shock Knuckles that actually do some pretty cool stuff. So I'm probably using too much GBE here at the start, but I hate CMOs. I absolutely hate CMOs. We're just going to clear all of this junk, and then we're going to get rid of this shock launcher back here. So much GBE. Stage 22. Go away. Bullet is healing himself, obviously. Let's throw some critters back there, and then hopefully we can leave all of those shields alone and the critters will take care of it, I hope. If not, we're going to have to come back, which will not... What the... Oh, that's why. Okay, Sorry, I thought Bullet was going to be out front. When you're flaring a building and the building goes down, your troops turn back and no longer have a flare. So that was not a very bright thing for me to do there. Need Bullet to get back out front. Energy Drink, although not necessarily required for the healing Bullet, is quite useful because it speeds him up and gets him out front, and can be very, very useful. We're just going to get wrecked by these side boom cannons. I used way too much GBE at the start to get all of that junk down, but at least we're going to be joined by about 5 million critters here in a second. Energy Drink is useful there. You see that? Energy Drink was useful there. I don't know if that's because we don't have troop health or we don't have enough damage, but definitely did need the Energy Drink there. Here comes our extra 500 critters. Come on, critters, get out front before that shock wears off. There we go. Yeah, not enough damage, not enough health, making things more difficult. Croissants for breakfast. I don't typically eat breakfast. We were talking about this last night on Discord. I have never, since I was like 6 years old, eaten breakfast, and my metabolism was always crazy, crazy fast. And then I started eating breakfast because people started talking about how it's the most important meal of the day and all this stuff. And then I got fat. I didn't get fat, but so I just have stopped eating breakfast, and I eat it once in a while. But breakfast is not a thing for me. It's just not important. And so once in a while I'll have pain au chocolat. I'm probably saying that terribly poorly, but yeah, chocolate croissants basically once in a while, just because we are in France. But typically, no breakfast for me. Not my thing. What's going on, Camborio 15? We are sitting here, for those of you who just joined us, with an 8 GBE 2 troop damage account, which is not ideal for the Mega Crab, but it is great for hitting Duplexity because you can hack like 12 rocket launchers. So, yeah, I just have coffee. I have coffee with a little bit of cream, and that is my breakfast food of champions. Or, yeah, I agree. I typically don't eat before noon or 1 p.m., and I feel way better. And there's a thing called intermittent fasting, which I think I'm doing to a degree. Not on purpose, but I think that is part of the reason why my metabolism was always so good, because I just never ate breakfast, ever. And I don't typically eat after like 8 p.m., so when you don't eat for 16 hours, apparently it's very, very good for you, but not something I do intentionally, but it just works out, I think. Anyways, this is definitely not a food and diet stream by any stretch of the imagination, but just interesting little. It's funny because we talked about that on our stream on our Discord last night. People were talking about whether you put the milk in first or the cereal in first. I've always been a milk over cereal guy, which apparently is a huge faux pas. You're wrecking your cereal by doing that, apparently, but to each their own, I suppose. Hunga Bunga. What is Hunga Bunga? Is Requiem here? Where's Requiem? Maybe Rec was getting in trouble for the milk over cereal. Anyways, let me know in the chat if you put milk over cereal or cereal over milk. I will not hold it against you because I've always been doing it wrong, apparently. But I eat my cereal so fast that it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Maybe it's only if you're one of those people who takes like an hour to eat a bowl of cereal. Let's get these critters out. Oh, I just missed. Did you see that? I just missed an artillery shot and lost a few tanks in the process. Super, super awesome. More critters out front. We need to get down here, I think. There's a lot of boom cannons up there. I don't think we've seen a doom cannon quite yet. I don't know where. This is where energy drink should become useful, I think. Energy drink, bullet going the wrong way for a second there, but getting him out front is importante, as they say in some language somewhere, maybe Spanish, don't know. These tanks are just off on a bit of a gallivant. Let's get one more shock out. Just gonna hit the core now. Bullet needs an energy. So energy drink has been fairly useful. I'm not sure if it's my lack of troop health or my lack of damage, but so far it's been fairly useful. Down goes the food stream. Oh, did I have to? Yeah, I used to put cream and sugar in, but then I just cut the sugar out, and I found I still enjoy it. So, but for me, coffee is strictly a caffeine mechanism. I don't really like coffee all that much, but I need caffeine because I have like 12 kids. So, for me, the perfect coffee is like a Starbucks white chocolate mocha with extra whipped cream, and it's just like totally a treat. Nothing nutritional about it at all, like 700 calories or something ridiculous. But chocolate sprinkles, you name it, make it as frou as possible, and that is the perfect coffee for me. Okay, let's actually follow Tumba's advice and try to plan our core hit as opposed to using way too much GBE out front. Bullet getting shocked is not ideal, but he's still staying out front, thankfully, so we might be okay. Come on, Bullet. Sniper towers are very, very dangerous with Bullet, just because they just shoot so darn fast, and it is not a good thing at all. I'm not going to release those critters quite yet because they're sitting next to a, what is that called, machine gun. Oh, need energy drink. Yet again, second energy drink, and we're only 10 feet off the shore. So, bit of a problem. I'm curious to, I'm going to have to check out other people's videos who have proper crab statues. If you're wondering why this is not going as well as other people's, because we don't have proper crab statues, even just having troop health would be so helpful right now. But I just can't bring myself to do it. Basically, the only time I drop troop health is if I find one during the month. I did not find one during this month for this account. So, we're just going to keep slogging forward. I think I'm going to add a second troop health here in a moment, but totally misusing barrage. Tanks, life leeching, I think. Let's just double check. Yes, they are. Life leech is working for tanks, not working for grenadiers or cryoneers. Anything that rhymes with ears. I think loot is asleep, I assume. I think it's midnight loot time. So, he's probably getting his beauty rest. Very, very important that he gets his beauty rest. You can't talk to the hot chick with abs if you don't get your beauty sleep. So I assume that's where Mr. Loot is. Let's keep rolling and... yeah, rolling. Tanks roll. Or what was it? Scoot. Yes, keep scooting up there. I think scoot better, just because it sounds so frickin' ridiculous. What else can we get? We've already got rid of the shock launchers by the core, so this should just be a matter of walking up and knocking it over. Yeah, troop health definitely does help on some op hits, such as Green Court or Cooker, for example, but I think that, or more so Green Court, but I found that I don't playing without troop health has just gotten me so much better. It just helps. Your op hits are just that much better. It's very rare that you actually need and Minotaur, I suppose, but that Minotaur core hit you don't really do with bullet all that much since taunt got nerfed. I'm streaming until I run out of time. It's 9 a.m. My wife just got home from dropping off the kids. I think she's going to go for a run or something, and then when she gets back, we'll end the stream maybe. We're on stage 25. Wonder if we can go all the way to Diamond. I think the farthest I've gone on one stream is like stage 30 or 35. So I'm going to try to beat our record today. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We're going to drop bullet right in the middle just because that's where the boom cannon is. And then we will do our best to clear forwards. We're going to barrage that doom cannon. I want nothing to do with doom cannons. Not probably the best choice, but if that were to get a hold of our tanks, bad things would happen. And then we're going to get rid of this shock launcher. And that's one of the benefits of having 8 GBE statues, is that you can barrage all sorts of things. And obviously hack a lot of things if you were to go that route, but no hacking for us today. Critters to keep our tanks healing. Tanks only shoot every 3.5 seconds, so although they have a fairly high DPS, it means that there's, look at this tank, we're just 1, 2, and they don't shoot when they're moving, so you have to be very, very careful as far as Life Leech goes. Last but not least, let's get rid of that doom cannon behind the core. That should do us. Machine guns and bullet, not all that super awesome, but all of the stuff is, I mean, we've basically just cleared a huge hole. That's our first shock. Okay, so stage 25 should be very, very easy for anyone with basically any statues, as long as you drop your troops, max level players. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some low-level players that are going to struggle, but that's the nature of the beast. Beast mode 2.0. Yeah, I agree. Beast mode. Their troop health can make some certain op hits different, but you don't need it. Bullet brick is just so good for op hits that you don't typically need bullet, but. Medics heal well. No, medics don't get any sort of life leech. I have tested it with 1 Scorcher and 1 medic, and medics don't get any sort of life leech. So medics, you have to do damage to get life leech, and medics don't do damage. They do negative damage, sort of, but I actually tested that on the dev build earlier just to see if it would work, but no, they don't get any benefit from it. So kind of to be expected though. Let's get rid of you. Shock launchers. Get rid of shock launchers, get rid of shock blasters. They are the biggest concern for Life Leech, for sure. Did I just hear a flotsam shooting? Oh, there's a flotsam, okay. Now, flotsams do have a blind spot. If you want to throw critters, throw them right on top of the flotsam and they will stay alive. You see that right there? Very, very helpful in keeping other troops like tanks alive. Now we're going to come over here before it blows up. We'll throw some critters out front. Maybe use an energy drink. Energy drink, I know that Shock Knuckles and Taunt are probably going to be good for this crab, but energy drink, the ability to get bullet out front very quickly, even if you're not getting any healing out of it, I think is going to be useful. So I'm very curious to see how those massive, strong crab players like the Tumbas and Jamar and iChipmaker and BVD and all those guys, to see what they're going to be doing, which abilities they're going to be using. Tank versus Sniper Tower. Tank winning by a long shot. Shooting slower than a Sniper Tower, but healing more. Anyways, obviously healing more yet. Obviously, Sniper Towers are not healing it. Could you imagine if there was Life Leech on defenses? I don't think that exists, but that would be crazy. Maybe that will be something they bring in the future. They seem to like to recycle their technology by, for example, using bringing tanks that shoot mortars and stuff like that. So maybe, just maybe, one day we'll see a building that does Life Leech. Now, one of the little things that is not all that well known was that Life Leech is just the warrior's ability. Life Leech has been in the game for a long, long time. I know that they added it recently as a tribe, but Life Leech has been in the game since warriors, so not something new. Little bit, just again, they SuperCell or the Boom Beach team, however you want to describe it, likes to reuse their technologies. Oh, I think we might fail this stage. We'll find out here in a second. We need Bullet to get... He's healing up pretty well, actually. When Bullet gets more damaged, he shoots faster, which is very, very helpful in keeping him alive. I didn't realize that that shock launcher was still up. That explains why. So the more damage Bullet does, the faster he shoots, the more damage he does, the more he heals. So he is basically designed for Life Leech. Oh, which shock did I hit? The 4 wide? Yeah, I typically miss that shock often. Oh, look at that, we even hit that one. Beautiful. Shocks are on point today. I play on a phone, so some shocks are definitely more difficult than others. Let's smoke away. Uh-oh, need one more smoke. Reason for that smoke is I want to get away from this boom cannon, or at least get Bullet out front. With tanks, I feel like too many people don't use smoke as much as they should. Using smoke with tanks, even just to reposition, is very, very helpful. So I try to watch the replays on my base, and I see a lot of people just don't use smoke at all. Even if you're not comfortable smoking your troops to the back of a base, drop a smoke once in a while just to keep your troops out of danger. Beast mode leaving? See you later, bud. Have a good time at work. I can't believe I just said that, but at least it's Friday, I suppose, right? It was Johnny Das. Is that Wreck? I didn't know. Why didn't you say that? I had no idea. Either that or two people say that Brick is their girlfriend. Wow. This stage is interesting. I'm kind of tempted to smoke tanks to the back. You know what? Let's do that. We're going to smoke tanks all the way to the back. That's going to clear most of those mines. We're going to bring Bullet, and it's going to be magical. Just straight up mad. Let's see how much health this has. 28. Okay. Uh-oh, I forgot to check the health in the shield. That was not a good idea at all. There's only 4 shields, though, so hopefully that means that we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be alright. And then we're going to throw a barrage in there. And let's just get you out front. We're going to let Bullet get shot in the face a couple times, and then we are going to smoke our troops over into there. Come on, get underneath the smoke. There we go. Now, I'm only going to do little grandma flares because otherwise I'm just going to get wrecked. My tanks are going to pop out of smoke, and it's going to be a bad, bad thing. Letting Bullet get about halfway out of the smoke before throwing it, just to let our tanks catch up. Oh, he did not turn back. Now the hot pot is going to be an issue for sure. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, probably smoking way too early. But we're going to see how this goes. The hot pot is up, which is a bonus. Let's throw critters over here, and then we'll shock in here and in here. There we go. Oh, disconnect, disconnect, disconnect. At least we're reconnecting quickly, at least, I suppose. We need to get one more shock out before that hot pot wrecks us. Energy drink. I kinda want to go get this. Let's go get that one boom on that one cannon. Then we'll retreat back into the corner, and hopefully Life Leech will sustain us. Is that like 8 disconnects now? How long have I been playing? What did PK nail? What did PK? T-Med Pro. There's no meds here, man. There's no medics. You can't say T Pro, Stank Pro, Smoky Tanks. Yeah, I would love to have Grenadiers life leeching. I had such high hopes for Grenadiers on this Mega Crab, and my hopes were just dashed, and it makes me a little bit sad. But look at this, tanks life leeching like pros and just crushing stage 27. Smoky tanks, smoky tanks. If you have 8 GBE statues, you can smoke tanks all the way back there and barrage that boom cannon out. So, I can't believe we just had another disconnect. That makes me really sad. Let's wiggle this cable a little bit. Whoa, this is our first stage that looks interesting. How much health is on that? Only a little baby shield, though, so that should be okay. Need to worry about that. Maybe, maybe not. So I need to get rid of at least 1 Doom Cannon, probably 2, maybe 1 Shock Launcher as well. Let's just go left, I suppose. Lots of Sniper Towers, which is going to be problematic for Mr. Dude. I'm kind of tempted to smoke back into this area back here. I think we could... It's not very far to go, and it will get us away from all of these Sniper Towers, so let's just do that. Let's keep moving. Good work, Chicken. I think it sounds like Chicken finally got rid of all his troop health statues. I kind of tried to give him a bit of a hint in my sneak peek, saying if you see anyone with 3 or 4 troop health, tell them they're doing it wrong. That was basically directed at Chicken because he uses way too much troop health. I think he's down to 2 now, which should be useful. I think, I'm not sure what statues he ended up. Hopefully he ended up with either 1 or 2 troop health. He uses way too much troop health. He also uses Shock Knuckles, though, so there's that. Let's get Bullet out front. Then we'll get all of our tanks over here. Just let Bullet stand in front. Maybe we'll pick up a couple extra GBE in the process as our tanks get to where we need them. And then we're going to smoke right back to there. Smoke on the tanks first. Bullet health is not super good right now. And then we're going to get back into there. The reason for that extra flare that I just used was because Bullet is not feeling super healthy, so I don't want to have him popping out of smoke. Uh-oh. So now the problem of the Doom Cannons. Uh-oh, I just threw an extra shock that I did not mean to throw, but it actually ended up landing on top of a shock launcher, which worked out pretty darn well. Okay, so we are in a bit of a pickle here. Yes, I just said in a bit of a pickle. Let's get away from that boom surprise and over into there and flare that Doom Cannon. We need the Doom Cannon going. There we go. Bullet's going to step out front. We have a chance. It's not a very good spot we're sitting in right now just because of that shock launcher, but at least the Doom Cannons are gone. Maybe we can move back over into here and smoke back. Maybe, just maybe. We've got a chance. Just going side to side and getting hit by the shock launcher is our biggest adversary right now. Yes, I just said adversary. There we go. Bullet needs to do some... There we go. Bullet is dead. Need the Boom Surprise down. Boom Surprise actually do quite a bit of damage to tanks because of the fact that they shoot twice in rapid succession. Okay, now... Shock launcher. We're going to throw a medkit on this side. This is going to be a while, folks. I have no GBE. Need that sniper tower to go down would be nice. I just should have... See all this free GBE over here I should have dropped. Dumb. We're in a problem. Did you just delete someone? Oh, never mind. Don't make me take away your moderator, Mr. Rec. I can do it. South Africa, lacquer. I think we're going to fail stage 28. We came into the right sort of area, but did not use our GBE efficiently. Should have gotten all of this stuff popped, and we would have gotten the cryo bomb out. Oh, it would have been so much better. Need that sniper tower to go. Oh, there we go. Sniper tower's gone, but still no GBE to do anything but sit here and wait for 45 seconds. Hey, thanks for coming in, Mr. M. Sears or Mrs. M. Sears or whoever. Sorry to assume your gender. Let me know what you think about the Mega Crab with the eyes being the statues. I struggle so much making thumbnails. Thumbnails is not something I'm good at. I think I make fairly decent ones, but it takes me a lot of time. So, 18 seconds left until we fail. But at least it's a nice, easy finish now. We can just walk up. I'll barrage that ridiculous sniper tower or shock launcher. 9:23 a.m. So far, this cellular data has been mind-blowingly good. I think it's better than my internet at home, to be honest. Okay, that's it. We're gonna get rid of a statue. Let's do that. Where's my 15%? 34, not that one. Let's get rid of that. 30%. I hate getting rid of boosted statues, but too much GBE. You do not need a lot of GBE for Crab. You need a whole bunch of damage. And we're going to go like this and bring this out, and we're going to boost it. We're going down to 7-3. For those just joining us, that was an 8-2 attack, 8 GBE statues, 2 troop damage, which is not the way you need to do Mega Crab, but that's how I like to do Duplexity. So that's my priority, is Duplexity. And if you want to hit Duplexity, I have a task force for you. Triangle 9, 38 out of 50 members. Come join us. It's not so much about core hits or solos, which it makes a lot of people sad, but it is about technical proficiency. It's all about having, being able to hack well in range of a microwaver or a couple CMOs and re-smoking in time and keeping things alive and having backup plans. And Duplexity is a lot of fun, but it's also really, really, really frustrating. So let's not forget to pop that cryo bomb. Now we're going to throw our smoke here and get moving. Uh-oh. Should have gotten... Did I throw a medkit back there? Yes, I did. Super awesome. Not recommended to use medkits when you're supposed to use flares. I've been doing that a bunch lately. I think these are still the small buttons on the iPhone XS Max, I think. Let's just let Bullet get out front and do his thing. As I hear myself tapping incessantly on the buttons, my apologies. That's just an old habit that I've been trying to get rid of for a long time, but have not been able to break as of yet. Didn't I say I was going to barrage that shock launcher? Maybe that's a different shock launcher. Anyways, 9 GBE, 1 damage. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. Life Leech is all about damage, and you're going to have a hard time for sure. Bullet is going to be wimpy, and good luck to you, Mr. Roman Rangers. 9 GBE is just crazy. I thought like 8 was questionable. Now we're down to 7, but 7:30 p.m. in Sydney, fantastic. What kind of adult beverages are you drinking, Mr. Rec? Callus right? Why is Callus not? Let's make Callus. Why are you not a moderator person? Let's make you as a moderator. Welcome to the Wrench Club, Mr. Callus. There's a lot of cryo bombs here. If we stay left, we should be able to avoid those doom cannons. But let's just, you know what? Let's just drop and find out. I'm gonna drop a barrage right about... I never know how to deal with this many cryo bombs. You can probably find the perfect one that will get all of them to pop, but I never seem to be able to do that. Well, we did okay there, actually. You just gotta start the chain reaction, and then magic happens. Now, I'm gonna barrage this doom cannon and this doom cannon, and I'm gonna throw my extra GBE on the corner there, hoping to get rid of the shock launcher as well. Oh, I didn't go. Shucks. Now, probably don't need to get rid of those, but the fact that they're on the edges means they're going to hit the edges of my tanks, which is going to be bad danger. So that's the reason for that. Let's get one more cryo bomb out. And I'm just going to keep moving to the right. That's my whole plan here. Move to the right, or the left. That's to the left, to the left. I think Beyonce said that at some point in her career. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that, Mr. Oh, you're just saying it's called Rex. You're saying it's your own beer? Is that what you're saying? The word for draft is one of those English words that makes no sense, kind of like kernel. Anyways, there's a lot of shock launchers on this level, and I'm feeling a little bit concerned at the moment. Bullet, I think. Oh, is this an energy drink? There we go. There we go. That's going to help a little bit. And this is why we got rid of those edge... what are those things called? Need a critter edge doom cannons. Those edge doom cannons were going to be... Oh, I got something on my screen. We're not resuming instead of scrolling. This is going to be a failure. Too many shock launchers, I think. Probably should have smoked somewhere. Maybe. Possibly. Look it, we're just stuck. Oh, there's nothing worse than getting stuck with two shock launchers. There we go, we need to throw smoke. Let the tanks spread out a little bit. Let Bullet get out front. Now Bullet's gonna die. Medkit for Bullet, maybe. Oh, no. That smoke was poorly placed. Need Bullet to start doing some damage or we're gonna have problems. Come on. Come on, tanks. Get rid of that. Oh, not. We're too late. Too late. Now we're doomed again. Let's throw one more smoke. Let them spread out a bit more. As we disconnect. Oh, we're about to fail on stage 29. So many fails today. There we go. We're back. Get rid of that. Let's throw one more shock. One more smoke. That should allow us to get out of shock launcher danger. As we have a boom cannon. Two boom mines and a shock mine right on the edge. That one shock launcher should go down, which should allow us to get out of trouble. Let's get over into here and throw one more smoke just to get that shock launcher down. We're going to fail, I think, regardless, just because the shield still has a lot of health on it. But at least we are moving in the right direction. We should be able to flash kill that shock launcher, hopefully. Oh, they went for the flamethrower instead. Now we're stuck in two shock launchers again, but at least we got some separation so the back tanks can actually do some good. Let's move over again, just for fear of this shock launcher that we did not manage to GBE. So, rip indeed, rip indeed, rip indeed. Fail, fail, fail. But... I really don't care, to be honest. We're on a good pace to get the diamond statue. I think this is our second fail. As long as you two-hit everything, you'll be fine, and that's my... It doesn't really matter. We're not going to use tanks again, though. We're gonna get rid of tanks for this stage, and we're going to come back with some real troops. Let's get some real troops, indeed. I was tempted to use warriors there, actually. You know what? I'm going to use warriors. This is let's just check this stage. I want to see if we can finish it with warriors. Warriors with Life Leech should be magically delicious. Let's try. This is a terrible idea. Do not try this at home. But we're going to try with Warriors right in here. And we're just going to see if Life Leech Warriors are all they're cracked up to be. If you haven't seen this chart yet, as you can see, Warriors heal a lot of their health. Somewhere like 50% every swing. And they swing very, very quickly. So that is my theory here. It might be a terrible idea. It might be an awful, awful, awful idea, but you gotta try it at some point, right? We're gonna use a side flare. We're gonna use Brick at the first flare. She gets out front a little bit. She's walking in the wrong direction, but at least she's going forwards, I suppose. Gonna keep Brick alive. And then we're going to go all the way to the back. Now, Brick is slow, 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 so that's going to be a problem. As we disconnect right at the most, right when I need it the most, I just backflared to get my Warriors to go back to see Brick a little bit, and then we're going to get right into that corner. Life Leech, Battle Orders, all of the things. We're going to throw Critters there, and shock, shock, shock. Come on, Warrior dudes. Warriors and Brick and Battle Orders should be very, very good. We'll find out in a moment. Come on, Battle Orders. Look at their life leeching. Now, Warriors heal 78 damage every swing, even without Life Leech. So they get a bit of a boost, and down goes the core using Warriors. So sometimes it's useful to fail, because you get to try stupid things like that. So, very tanks, and yeah, Keone, I want Grenadiers. Are you saying I should use Grenadiers even though they do not have Life Leech? Probably should, to be honest, but let's try to use, oh, nope, there's not going to be, let's use tanks and Grants. Let's use Granks. Load up our tanks, load up, I'm going to use 3 boats of Grens, maybe? I think 3 might be the answer, and maybe a boat of medics to keep our Grenadiers happy? Let's just do that. Let's go. You can't park statues in Sculpture. That's terrible. That's how you end up like me with 0 powder. Let's get those things out. Bullet. Tank, 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 tank. And a shock. And some critters just in case. No, don't lose Grenadiers already. Okay, so now that's the problem with these double-sided maps. You can't use flags to drop all of your troops because they'll drop double-sided, which is not ideal. But, man, I really, really wish we had Life Leech on our Grens for obvious reasons. These Grenadiers are kicking absolute butt. Oh, I've got Taunt loaded. That is not ideal. That is not the plan. Get our tanks out front. Please, tanks, get out front. And the laser is going to wreck my life, I think. But hopefully our medics, we only have 2 medics left. Awesome. Not what was supposed to happen at all. This has not been a good stage. Not been well executed. Not been well planned. I have Taunt for whatever reason. Hopefully, I've got no Grenadiers left. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Not going very well. 1, 2, 3. And there's a Shock Blaster back there. So, okay, at least we have Taunt. Oh, man. Switching troops. My troop combos have not been going very well. Taunt on top of that. Bullets at least healing pretty well, though. Let's get... they're healing well. Life Leech doing well, thankfully, at least. That Shock Blaster is going to be a huge, huge problem for us, though. I don't really know what we can do about it. At least there's no shock launchers around here. I guess we can just farm GBE and try to barrage it. That might be our best course of action. Yeah, we're getting somewhat close. Ugh, gross, gross. Those Grenadiers did not stand a chance. Neither did our medics, for that matter. I blame Life Leech. Just blame Life Leech for everything in... Uh-oh. Let's get back into here as we're losing tanks to that shock blaster, as could be expected. Just gross. Gross. Grenadier Life Leech is broken. That's the only reason for that. Grenadier Life Leech is broken. Cryoneer Life Leech is broken. Big problems. Big sadness. Let's just keep our taunt activated, maybe, as I disconnect again. This is just disgusting. At least we cleared a nice little hole on the side. My apologies for the disconnects. My next video / stream, I don't even know what the answer is, to be honest. Actually, this feels really hot. I'm gonna disconnect my charging cable. I feel like my charging cable might be to blame. Let's see if we're still... yeah, okay. Maybe the charging... My adapter feels really hot, so heat may be an issue. Ugh. Let's see if we can finish this off with warriors as well. Oops, I just launched Chrome. That's gonna be 3 hours to... Yeah, put up... You can get all sorts of statues up. Let's... I'm gonna keep this loadout. Might be a terrible idea, but we shall try it. I'm gonna drop Bullet right about there. I'm gonna drop my tanks right about there. And I'm gonna hold off for just a minute before we drop any of the rest of our troops. I just want to get rid of these 3 rocket launchers, because otherwise they're gonna be... Oh, so frustrated right now. I'm just gonna extend this disconnect a little bit and wipe this cable a little bit, as you can hear things happening in the background. And now let's flare away. There we go. Ugh. Anyways, so I still have taunt loaded. That was not planned. But we're going to just see how we cleared these rocket launchers on the right-hand side so that we can drop all of our troops and hopefully make a nice little walk up into here. Getting a little bit extra healing, obviously. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming that Bullet is going to walk towards that laser. Good. Tanks are going to spread out. Grenadiers are going to spread out. And I'm going to throw critters right on top of the laser. Critters on top of lasers is a fantastic way to play. Someone was giving me grief for that earlier in the week. Critters on top of lasers means that you can guarantee lasers are going to shoot in the direction you want them. Oh man! Grenadiers just got absolutely wrecked. Just me making more mistakes again. Poor smokes, poor execution, and wow. And a taunt here, what taunt's going to do for us is it's going to reduce the amount of damage done on Bullet, which in theory should mean that he's going to heal way more than he's damaged than he's taking. But I don't know if it's actually going to happen in reality. We shall find out soon enough. Let's get one more shock on that shock launcher. Throw one more taunt. Hopefully we can burn through this shield. Getting a little bit frustrated at my poor attacks. And the disconnects are definitely not helping. So taunt again. The other thing taunt is doing is when Bullet is in the radius of a shock launcher or a... what are those things called? Or a rocket launcher. They're just not going to fire, which saves our troops a little bit of damage as well. Now backing away, hoping to not lose our one remaining Grenadier. Of our 3 boats of Grens, we're down to 1 Grenadier. And I'd really like to save Frank, because Frank is vital to our successes. And by backing up, we managed to get a whole bunch of, or at least 1 tank into range of that boom cannon, which was not super awesome. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Maybe a warrior solo tonight, I think. Yeah, Grenadiers and Cryoneers both hit multiple targets, which the assumption is that multiple targets thing is making them not be able to calculate the actual damage done, I guess. So they can't calculate the healing as a result. Don't really know. Let's see if we can get some free GDE somewhere. Let's see if we can get that cryo bomb to help us a little bit, as our one grenadier is doing a little. Oh, we're not gonna. It's gonna be very, very. We might be able to get this down still. That one grenadier just hitting random things ever so. Come on, it's gonna be a race to the finish. Please get this down. I don't want to fail on this stage. Let's go. Stage. We're gonna fail. Awesome. So I'm gonna get rid of grenadiers. Frank is that last one grenadier back there. That's Frank right there. You can see he's got a blonde mustache. That was really, really bad. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna get rid of that troop loadout. We're gonna bring our warriors back out, and we're just gonna finish this stage. And if not, then I'm gonna cry. I don't do well on live streams, that's for sure. Let's go like so. We're gonna walk right to there. I think that's probably the best path. Nice little 45 once we get past the corner. That's not even a 45, that's more like a 30. Let's go right to there, actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Brick and co. Come on. Oh, totally misjudged it. Let's see how they do against the boom cannons and doom cannons and all of the things. Where's that shock launcher at? Right there. Okay, there we go. Goodbye, core. Warriors finishing off the core in magical fashion with 120 GBE left. Gross. Okay, so where is Heather? Heather is nowhere to be found. Heather has been put to pasture. That sounds bad. Do I have any coffee left in this cup? A tiny bit. Okay, so let's try a heavy Zuka core hit. Tired of tanks for the moment. Just trying to mix things up ever so slightly. Heavy. And we're gonna bring this guy, with taunt. Let's stick with taunt. Taunt seems to be okay. Okay. We have a shock mine at core, at shore, sorry. At there. Most of our mines are gonna get cleared. That's gonna be a good thing. Let's go into here with this barrage. We'll clear that one and that one. And then I think we need to clear these mines right here. That should be a good, nice little walking path. Now, Zuka's in the middle. Heavy's at the outside. Oh no, oh no! Need to use a flare, otherwise they won't walk to the flag. I think that's a bit of a bug as well. If your troops are hit by a shock launcher, or a shock mine, or a shock blaster, they will not finish walking to their flag, which is kind of like the Everspark bug, I suppose, where Everspark will just do stupid things when hit by a shock launcher, or shock mine, or shock blaster, more often. And then we're going to get right into there, and then all the way back to the corner. Now, I always seem to gap a smoke here. I'm not entirely sure why. So I'm going to use at least one extra smoke, I think. I hope. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. Now we're going to flare this boom cannon right here and throw a shock and a taunt. And hopefully that gets all of our stuff out front enough that we're in good shape. Really need that shock launcher to go down fairly soon would be very, very good. Taunt. Oh no, oh no. Oh, look at that. One rocket launcher not doing enough damage. Let's get a med kit out there just in case. Oh man, I need to move. I don't really know how I can move is the problem. See, look at this. Why are you not shooting that heavy that's right out front? There we go, that's better. Heavy Zuka solo on stage 31. Look at those Zukas life leeching. This one heavy is our MVP, that one right there. Where's our shock? Let's shock that right there. Heavy Zuka solo, that is much, much better. That felt good. Life Leech with heavies and Zukas, very, very good. Like, these Zukas would have died about 10 times otherwise. So, good times. Now we're rocking and rolling. That felt much, much better. How much powder did we get for that? Oh, no one's told me. Johnny Das, you're supposed to tell me to convert raw crystals. Don't forget to convert raw crystals. It's very, very importante. Let's look at stage 32. Okay, stage 32, it is not a heavy Zuka solo by any stretch. We're going to use, I think it's the old standard Banks. Banky Bank. Let's use Banks. We're not going to use Taunt, though. We're going to use Energy Drink just because of the lack of Troop Health. Troop Health is so critical for this. It would have been so nice to have. That Sol Sonny coming in with, I have no idea what that means. See you later, Johnny. Have an adult beverage for me. Thank you very much, Vatsal. I don't think you've chatted yet, Vatsal. I would have said hello, but thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated as always. I think we're going to approach from the left. I think we're going to drop over in this corner right here, which will let Bullet get out front for all of these Doom Cannons and things. Let's just do it. What does TC mean? I don't know what that means. I am not hip to that lingo, Mr. Wreck. Let's throw a side flare, that way we can actually just drop our flags where we want to drop them. I just don't want any dropping on this beach, which is why I used a flare there. Okay, so there we go. Getting out front, Bullet taking all of the Doom Cannon hits, which is our primary concern here. Gonna throw a critter on top of that one just in case. Doom Cannon's not even scratching Bullet, which is fantastic. This is the perfect angle so far. I finally did something right, I feel like. This is feeling like it's working very, very well. Bullet staying out front, Doom Cannon's hitting Bullet, and that's his damage resistance. That's just his built-in awesome ability that keeps him from taking... I think he only takes 100 damage per shot or something ridiculous like that, which is why Sniper Towers are more to be feared than Doom Cannons, typically. So far, so good. We're going to get into the range of this stuff back here in a moment. The thing about tanks is just look how ridiculously wide they... Like, we're spread across that entire map, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're just going to reset and let Bullet get back out front and get away from all... We're getting hit by these boom cannons and this one, so a little bit better. We managed to get rid of the 3 Doom Cannons, all of the mortars, all because we dropped on the right-hand beach. Pretty happy with that, finally doing something right. Now, we have 212 GBE, so let's get rid of this shock launcher right here. This is becoming a fairly decent hit, to be honest. Let's get a smoke before we lose a couple of those dudes. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, might get rid of that. We'll find out here in a second. I'm going to pop that cryo bomb as well. Shocking. Now let's just get back in here. Everything is going fairly okay on this hit. I'm fairly happy with it so far. We've got rid of all of the Doom Cannons. We got rid of that rocket launcher there. Bullet is somewhat out front, maybe. If not, it's only a sniper tower that we're dealing with, so we should be okay. And now we just wait for Bullet to get out front. We've got some critters. Yeah, that's the thing. I need the powders. I am so... The Mega Crab has made it so that I can continue to play the game, basically. Without the Mega Crab, I don't think I'd be able to play anymore, because the Sculptor is just so slow, and I'm so backlogged on shards that the Mega Crab basically has saved the game for me. So, Energy Drink we have not used once. Probably not the right ability for this stage. Probably should have used Shock Knuckles, level 1 though, or possibly Taunt, But anyways, stage 32, probably my best attack yet, or should I say, the fewest mistakes of any attack yet, and down it goes. So, hitting. I feel like anytime I have a hit that uses like heavies or Zukas, I kind of get some confidence and it improves my attacks and my scouting and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to try to hit with heavy Zuka as often as we can. And I think it just puts me back in my comfort zone or something. Anyways, let's go. Cashing in some iron as we get our Indian rupees ready to be spent. I think we can solo this too. I think we can heavy Zuka this puppy right here. That side rocket launcher might be a problem, but let's heavy Zuka. Like I said, let's just keep with the heavy Zuka. I think that's the way to do these things once in a while. Let's load this and we'll replace some of these dudes with some of these ladies, and then we'll just take them back and crush the core. Okay, let's go. And if you think I should be doing something different, please do let me know in chat. Every time someone suggests something in chat, it usually ends up going very, very well. So, let's have a look. Maybe we can do an op hit too, actually. Oh, I see. That was a joke about how terrible the trade rate was this week. Got it. Sorry, missing the joke. Okay, so we're going to get rid of some things before we get too far into this. We're going to get rid of this right here. Yeah, the trader has awful trades. Always, it seems, these days. I mean, I don't necessarily need them to make new trades. I just wish they would remove the awful disconnect. I think SuperCell is actually controlling my device and making, anytime I start to talk about anything negative, they just disconnect me, so. Okay, so there we go. We're in a spot now where we got rid of most of the mines we needed to. I'm going to get rid of that one more. I'm going to pop this cryo bomb back here, hopefully using the critters, trying to save myself a little bit of extra GB. Oh, it didn't work. Never mind. We're going to pop that, and we're going to pop that, and then we're going to drop all of our troops into right here. And why I moved it slightly to the... Oh, there's no beach here. That was terrible. That's not exactly where I wanted to be, but it should work. Let's keep walking. Sometimes I need to scout better, because there's clearly no beach there, and I was trying to avoid that beach on purpose. So let's get over to here, getting our heavies out front to hope... Oh. Disconnect during attack. I thought I had this fixed. Clearly not the case. Let the heavies sit for just 1 second, and then we're going to get right into here as I disconnect again. That's way too many disconnects. I'm going to throw a shock. I don't have enough GBE to do anything but throw a shock. Are you kidding me? Need heavies out front. Heavies are not out front, which might end up costing us the attack. Oh, there we go. So, you guys missed basically all of that, but that was a gong show. That was not something that I recommend, and I meant to have bullet loaded, but I have brick, and as a result, we're going to fail, because that doom cannon back there is going to eat all of our heavies. So, technical difficulties, attacking difficulties, we might still be able to take it down as long as those heavies stay there long enough that we can take down this core. We're supposed to have... Let's drop some critters, actually. Oh, we're out of range of the doom cannon. Awesome. Down goes stage 33. That was awful. Like, that was an ugly solo. What's going on, Zonanaz? I don't know. I don't remember seeing Elsa in my stream before, so welcome if this is your first stream, and if not, then my apologies. Let's go back over that attack one more time, because that was frickin' ugly. That was like 7 disconnects. So, first of all, I wasted GBE over in here by missing not getting the cryo bomb out. Got the mines cleared somewhat. And then the ugliness started. Bad drop. There's no beach here. Didn't drop where I wanted to. Walking was okay. Heavies clearing all of the mines required, which is good. And then at this point, I had no GBE left, which is why I had to use a shock. Started to lose all sorts of troops. And then Doom Cannon taking off heavies. But we managed to take it down. Parents in the house, back from taking the kids to school. Let's see what we're at. We're at stage 34. Can we get... You know what? This one looks like a fairly easy tank, actually. Let's get tanks back out here. Crab 9 Task Force is not really a thing. It's just for people to drop for people to drop their replays in where there's no one in. It's just an intel dumping area. Crab 9 is not really used. There are many task forces dedicated to Crab, and there's no point. I don't want to try and step on their toes or anything like that. So let them do their things, and that's it. That's all we're gonna use. I'm gonna keep energy drink. I'm just not ready to get rid of energy drink quite. Keone, you are full on ridiculous. That is full on ridiculous, and I'm gonna use that to buy a new cable. I think based on the timing of that, I think it's... Oh no! This is not the troops that I meant to have loaded at all. This is not a good thing at all. I was too busy getting this was supposed to fix... Oh, I was supposed to load tanks. I even said I was going to load tanks, but yet no tanks. So we're going to try to make the best out of this, and hopefully we can pull something off, but I am not overly... I am not thinking this is going to go terribly well. Let's get... on top of that, my heavies are all stuck by that cryo bomb, I think. Oh man, this is not going to go terribly well. Critters out front. We're going to try and take the shield. Oh, there's more shields too. Super awesome. So, not good at all. Let's get over into there. And then we're just going to hit the core. I don't really know what else we could possibly do but hit the core. So we're just going to try and hit the core. I have no idea how much health any of this stuff has, but we're just going to try because that is the only real option available to us, I think. So, you know what, let's take this shock launcher first. Man, this was not a good plan of attack at all. If I had taunt, we probably could have got that down, maybe. That was supposed to be tanks. Oh, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is the easiest diamond trophy in the history of diamond trophies, I think. So, not surprising that Chicken got it. I mean, but I gotta say, I applaud you. The fact that it's 4 a.m. your time and you're up doing... where's my tanks? Oh, that's why I saved... That was dumb. Okay, so that's what I meant to do. I meant to load my troop loadout, and I saved my troop loadout. Let's see if we can finish this with warriors. Let's see if we can finish this with warriors. I'm gonna order a new lightning cable, because I think that's my problem. Worst case, I send it back. Can I finish this with warriors? No, we can't finish that with warriors. I take that back. Let's finish it with Heavy Zuka, because we've already started along that path accidentally. Oh, sweet. Let's turn on Do Not Disturb, because auto sleep. That's the first message I've gotten all day. That's kind of surprising, actually. Thankfully, that's all. We're going to drop Bullet out to there. We're going to let his taunt come out, and then we will drop all of our troops in behind. I think... Oh, you're going to start shooting. Awesome. So taunt was not close enough. Now, why I'm doing any of this, you might ask, because it's just going to make our attack a little bit easier here in a second, because that way we don't have to worry about those ridiculous rocket launchers at shore. And then we're going to walk on a perfect 45. Of course it's going to be perfect, because... yeah, it's looking fairly alright. They're skinny-ish. 1, 2 into there. 1, 2 into there. Okay, we're going to use a taunt. And we're going to come forward and hit this right here. Okay, so there's that and that. And hopefully we have enough damage and health and taunts and all of that sort of stuff just to keep our heavies out front, Bullet alive, and yeah, not super duper awesome, but I think we should be able to burn the core like that. Heavy Zuka for the win after using it accidentally the first time. So make sure you check your troops. I typically spend way more time when I'm attacking on my own, slowly from the couch, but these mistakes seem to happen just because I hate that dead air between attacks. I just don't want to be sitting here talking about stages or waiting, and it makes it for a very, very slow, boring replay. Wow, this stage is... Do these things reach? How much health in the core? If we get rid of that shock launcher, we can head to the left. I'm a little bit nervous about this Doom Cannon and this SuperCell. Let's change our troops first of all. Andromeda up at the crack of dawn as per always. 4 a.m. taking the dogs out for a stroll. So far the attacks have been mediocre. I think I've had one attack I've been happy with so far, maybe two. That Heavy Zuka solo and that one tank attack that came directly afterwards. For those just joining us, this is a 7-3 account, no troop health, all about the damage, all about the, what is that called? Damage and, GBE. GBE is not, oh shoot, I just meant to save, I did it again. Okay, I am terrible with troop loadouts, clearly, as you can see here. I've got the audio turned on in my ear, and I'm realizing now that we have no speed serum. Has there ever been a crab where you have speed serum and the cryo bomb? That would be interesting to have side by side, but it feels like we've never had them mixed. And I love the speed serum music, and the fact that we're not getting it is sad, sad, sad. We're going to use taunt. The range of taunt... Oops, let's save that, shall we? Let's save our troop. There we go. Saving, not loading. Coffee. I need more coffee. 3:30 in the morning. That is not a good thing to do. This is going to be interesting. Interesting to say the least. At least we've got a cryo bomb over here. Cryo bomb over there. So we're going to use the cryo bombs to get our troops into position. We're going to use this one and this one. Actually, better use this one too. And then we're going to get critters over... Oh no. Oh no. This is where energy drink would have been very, very helpful, because it would let us get Bullet further out front. But I think we're going to be okay as long as... Now, I'm going to do something a little bit ridiculous here. We're going to get away from that SuperCell, and then we're going to let Bullet get back out front. And I think that might be a good idea, because that one... Now, the fact that Bullet's health is fairly low, we'll see how Taunt is going to do for us. Taunt is going to keep all of those rocket launchers from doing too much damage, I think. That's why I'm... Well, look at that crazy ball of flame right in the middle of all of that stuff. Now, we need to shock this stuff over here. As soon as we get rid of that last Doom Cannon, I'm going to move over into here. We're going to taunt. I need to get rid of you because otherwise we can't taunt. I think he's dead. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. So, shock launcher did not plan for the shock launcher fast enough, and now we're just getting absolutely pummeled by all of these rocket launchers. Yeah, should have used energy drink. Probably most likely. And now we're getting picked off at the edges by that Doom Cannon, of course. Let's get this cryo bomb here popped. We're done. I think we are done. We'll find out here in a moment, but it seems like we're done. shock launchers. Shock launchers are just so darn important on this crab, because once you get stuck in that shock launcher, you're not healing, which is just so... Bullet's taunt was doing okay, but just shock launchers, and watch how fast this one tank goes down once that shock launcher gets a hold of it. Just not healing, not leeching the life. Oh, critters might save a little bit of us, but we're going to pop that cryo bomb, which is actually good, because I don't want to have to deal with it later. Oh, stage 35. We'll get it down in 2, though. I think I'm going to save my GBE to... What are we going to do here with our GBE? We're going to start on this shock launcher right here before I forget about it later on. Parents, don't be ridiculous. You are helping me with so much here in France. Keep your euros to yourself. I thank you very much, but don't do it, man. I guess it's kind of late to say that, but let's get back into stage 35. Yeah, I just keep making mistakes, and but the thing is, it's kind of nice having 2 accounts, because it means that I can properly make all my mistakes, and then I come back with my main account and do much better, which is kind of nice to be able to do. Having 2 accounts just lets you get into the swing of things, make all your mistakes early on, and then come back later on and hopefully have a more enjoyable time. And that live streams, I really enjoy the interaction with people, but I really do suck at attacks on live streams, and it gets a little bit frustrating. So I get to get the best out of both worlds this way. So, and it also gives me I get to make excuses that way. So let's throw a shock out, because otherwise we're going to be spending see how long that flare was? That was a long time with no healing, so that's why I needed to throw shocks out. We're going to work our way towards those shields and hopefully have some troops left when we get there. Life leeching like crazy. Excuse me. There's a cough to add to the disconnects versus cough pool. We should have done an over-under, perhaps. See you later, DVS. Good night, good day, good morning, good night, whatever time zone you happen to be in. Thanks for coming in and helping contribute to the chatter. If you don't know how to chat, obviously you can't chat about it. I think you need to be on the YouTube gaming app to be chatting, or you need to be on a computer. So if you are wondering how these people are chatting and you're frustrated because you want to chat too, I think you need the YouTube gaming app for your tablet and or phone. If there's other ways to chat, please do let me know. Maybe you can do it on just the straight up YouTube app. I don't think you can do it from a mobile browser. Maybe you can. Not overly sure. Let's get a smoke out. Now, obviously, we have far fewer rocket launchers now, so that's how we're managing to run away without having our tanks die for the most part. We're going to let Bullet just get super out front, and hopefully that shock launcher is not going to be a problem, because I've saved a cryo bomb just for it. Only one shock launcher. Callus, you are ridiculous too. Callus, whereabouts in the you're not in the UK, are you? I thought you were in Denmark or something. Maybe I have you confused with someone else. I think we've had 5 different currencies now. Maybe. Chicken, isn't it like 5 a.m. your time or something ridiculous like that? Well done on the dedication. I'm hoping you have the day off work tomorrow, because if not, you are a crazy person. YouTube app. Okay, thanks, Mr. or Mrs. Sears. You never did clarify whether you were a Mr. or Mrs., so I'm going to call you Mr. or Mrs. until we get Bullet to die here, making more mistakes. SEMO and or shock mines. Shock mines, shock mines, not a good thing. Remember how I said I was going to start using my GBE on this shock launcher? Never did finish up, so that's going to be a problem. Hopefully, GBE taking this out. Nope, not GBE taking it out. So now we're going to watch work in 2 hours. See, a lot of people give Chicken a lot of grief about some of his tactics and or attacks or whatever. But the fact is, he's dedicated to the community so much that he's going to stay up, probably make $20 on his stream, maybe, something like that, and then go to work in 2 hours, all for the love of the game. So hopefully that didn't... My goodness. Disconnecting again. See, every time I say something that is somewhat... I get disconnected. So, disconnected. Womp, womp. I need to get that sad trombone action back into play. We're going to get rid of this shock launcher, as I intended on my first attack, but did not complete. We're going to get rid of the CMO because I absolutely detest CMOs. SuperCell did too good of a job designing that defense, and although I like it, I hate it at the same time. Layer Cake, what is going on? I have not seen that name in a long time. Hopefully you have not... I'm glad you came in. Hopefully Chicken sent some of his people over here, or you found it organically. Nothing quite beats organic range-fed chicken. Let's go into the core area. We're going to keep this shock just because we have nothing else to spend our GDE on. And, yeah. So, down goes this stage. I think this would probably be our worst stage in a long time. It was a tough stage, but stage 35, not terribly well executed by me. At least we didn't load the wrong troops. Chicken, throwing the $2 out. Throwing the toonie. I'm not even going to make the innuendo comment there, but that's an Alberta thing. Oh, I need another coffee. At least I got water by my desk here. I don't think the echo's quite so bad with this ridiculous blanket floor. Bad V in the house. No Rick, though. I don't think Rick has ever come into one of my streams. It's 10 a.m. though, so come on, Rick. Come. I think he and OP Destroy have a bit of a bromance going on. I was gonna say bro crush, but bromance is the right word. Stage 36 looks like a two-hitter. Where can we get to that we won't? If we go to the right-hand side, there are only that one shock launcher. So let's go to the right, to the right, to the right. Yeah, joining a task, like, I gotta say, I would love it if all of you would join our task forces, but obviously, just join a good task force. The only thing I can recommend is, one sec, I need to mute for one quick moment. Let's mute the microphone. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I get coffee delivery. That was the muting, so that was fantastic. Let's just go to the right, and we'll see how that goes. Sorry for the quick mute. Hopefully that worked out. Yeah, sorry. What I was saying was I'd love to have all of you join our task forces, but obviously there are people look for different things in task forces, and I think we have something for everyone. But if not, then just join a task force and be the worst player in the task force. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but just for a while, for 2 months, join a task force and be the worst player in that task force. You are going to learn so much more by being the worst player in a task force than being that guy who just walks up and solos something, and there's way more satisfaction and there's way more in it for you if you are the worst player in your task force than if you're the best player. And that's my only advice to you, is obviously come join our task forces, and I think we have some fairly amazing players. On any given day, I am in the top, I would say 50% of the hitters in our task force, or the bottom 50% depending on my day. But just be in a task force where you learn something from players, and you see some things that open your eyes and make you ask questions. Thank you very much for the coffee. Hopefully you heard that little giggle. So yeah, I don't want to rant about it too much, but just if your task force is frustrating you, if you're seeing people use tanks against boom cannons or doom cannons, or you're doing like you're hitting bottleneck in a 50-man task force or something like that, just leave. I know it's scary and it seems like you're go out of your comfort zone. Hopefully that makes sense. I would really recommend just being the worst player. It's uncomfortable, but it's so helpful. You'll learn so much. I try to learn something on every op hit that I watch or I see, and one of the things that newcomers to Triangle 9 kind of get put off by a little bit is we talk about every op hit. Like we say, hey, you could have done something a little bit better, and a lot of people take that as like, oh, you're telling me I suck or I'm not very good, but realistically, that's how you get better. It's just like, hey, you should have used a flare with Everspark, or like just little details just make the game that much more fun. And of course, we're stuck with a shock launcher yet again. I think we managed to get away from it though. We might actually be able to pull off a solo on this if all of our cards are low. I think the shock launcher's gone. Just dropped. Am I on the wrong Wi-Fi all of a sudden? Nope, we just dropped frames, so something weird happened there. I don't know, maybe I lost cellular data or something like that, but we moved away from the BC, which was is going to be an issue, I think. So a little bit of a sad trombone moment there. Let's let some critters out. Oh, it's gonna be close, but no, so far we have not had, all of the close calls that we've had have been failures, which is a little bit too bad, but that's okay. What's crazy? Crazy Turtle is a person. That Crazy Turtle is a person who runs. I don't know. I don't even know what he does anymore. To be honest, I don't know if he still runs the Angry Task Forces or if he just streams once in a while or what. But anyways, checking in on the New Zealand leaderboard, we're sitting at number 4. Not bad. Pile Driver always up top. Now, something I got to say about the New Zealand leaderboard before we go too deep into it. There are so many first names. Check this out: Tony, Terry, Luke. Elijah. Rick, Jeff, Geoff, not many. Where are they? Oh, Glenn. I'm not sure why, but there's just so many first names on the New Zealand leaderboard, which is kind of neat. And there's one interesting thing about it is there's no Chinese names anywhere in here, whereas like the US leaderboard is just dominated by Chinese names. I don't know if it's something to do with their population or if people from China just join the US leaderboard just to do it. But anyways, let's finish off stage 36. We're almost at the gold trophy. I think this is my longest live stream in a long time. And so we'll just keep going. For those of you who are in the US or Canada, you guys are up either crazy early or crazy late. And for the rest of you, I assume you're in either Australia, where it's getting towards the evening, or you're in, I don't know time. Don't make me call time. I don't know what time zone it would be in India, but time zones. It's 10:20 a.m. here in France, which is so incredibly weird. Every live stream I've ever done for Mega Crab has been late at night for the most part. So very strange for me to be doing this stream. We're going to need to smoke some troops here, I think. We're going to smoke these back tanks because they are not terribly healthy, and that should finish that stage off. How do you change the leaderboard you sit on? I don't know. I don't know if you contact support, they might move you. I think basically, I don't really know, to be honest. Basically, you just need to move, I think. I don't actually know. Maybe VPN. I don't want to talk about it too much because it might be against terms of services or something. I don't know. But basically, the easiest way to change leaderboards is just, I assume I could move to the France leaderboard if I contacted support, but I'm only here for 6 months, so I'm not going to be doing that. Okay. Yeah, if you live in Australia now, just contact support. You are up late, Mr. Dino. You also got the Toonie reference, I assume, about chicken throwing toonies at me. But I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee here. Good morning, Quisto? Is that a French name? Perhaps? With the T-O-T at the end? Quisto, we're going to say? Bon matin, I think, is good morning. I guess I'm not very good at French, let's be honest. Where can we go? Do we need to get the shield? We might as well, they're like right there. Then Doom Cannon. And then we're going to go left, and we're just going to hit the core, I think. We're going to get the shield gens. Then we're going to make our way to right about here. Then we're going to smoke to the back and hit the core. Good idea, bad idea, don't know. But we'll just do it. That's the important part of this Mega Crab live stream, is we're not talking, we're just attacking. We can chat while we attack. That is something that I am fairly okay at. I can usually do my op attacks while I chitter-chatter. If you watched OP Destroy's live stream where he had a bunch of YouTubers on as like me, Beardaholic, Crazy Turtle, Chicken, maybe Saul? Back when Saul wasn't doing... I think he's doing South Park games now. I can just chat my entire op hits just because... Oh no, too many barrages. At least the shock launcher's gone though. Now we just need some of our tanks to head off to the right-hand side as we pop more cryo bombs. That boom cannon right there is making me a bit nervous, but hopefully it does not have enough damage to one-shot. Yes, it does one-shot our tanks. That is the downside of having no troop health. No troop health means single-shot tanks by boom cannons, which is a very, very bad thing. You can't use Life Leech when you're dead, unfortunately. So far, so good. Plan going according to plan? That's not... yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Now we just need 2 more shield gens to go down, and then we can sneak our troops to the very, very back there and hit the core. Come on, shield gens. Maybe I should have thrown some critters here. If this last... I kind of don't want to smoke, actually. Right now, things are going fairly okay. Oh, I just need that last little bit of shield. There we go. Let's flare over into here. Throwing a smoke on top of there. Let's go 1 and 2 into there just to let our tanks and things catch up. Oh, jeepers. Okay, so I think we're going to be okay. But there's always a little bit of nerves here when you come out of smoke. Let's throw a shock. We've got lots and lots of GBE left. Look at all of this. I have 200 GBE. What am I doing? Let's let these critters out back here. And that should do it. I mean, a fairly easy stage that I made overly complicated. But at least we have critters back on that Doom Cannon, which should help us. And 1 tough shock-ish. There we go. See you later, Dino. Thanks for coming in, and good night. Very, very late night in... I think he said Edmonton. Oh, what's wrong with the Oilers? Cicerelli just killed that team. Thankfully, they figured... I think he killed the Bruins, too. I think he traded Seguin for nothing. NHL Hockey Talk, by the way, from Quebec. Good. It's early morning for you in Quebec, I assume. This live stream... starting late, not doing well for our numbers, but at least the people who are here are chatty. So, I can't see how many people are here right now, I don't think. Somewhere, anywhere. I don't know, Callis. I don't know when the Tour de France happened. I think it comes through just after we leave, maybe. If you have the dates, please do hit me up with them. Oh, I want to try a heavy Zuka solo on this so bad. There's so many mines, though. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, look, we could just get... let's not do that. Yeah. Are we just saying 69 for fun, or is there a reason for 69? I mean, you don't necessarily need a reason to 69, but I'm just curious why we're saying it. Are we doing like the Beavis and Butthead? 69. Are we actually saying it for a reason? Let me know. Nothing wrong with just a little bit of dumb humor as well. Oh no, Cryo Bomb popping late. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Let's get this Cryo Bomb popped before we get too much further. Come on. Yeah, see, that's why energy drink. Although you don't really need energy drink because he heals himself, just to be able to get him running is very helpful, I think. Because these boom cannons are going to single shot all of my tanks, so I definitely need to keep them dead. Now what though? I think I can just let these tanks on the left-hand side sort of meander up towards this right here, as long as I shock that cannon just to get rid of the cannon. Then I think our tanks can just sort of wander for a while. Bullet's going to be out front of these guys over here, so I think we can just do a double-sided attack. I think it's going to take a little bit of extra concentration because we're going to have to watch both sides. But as long as Bullet... Oops, speaking of double concentration. So we're going to drop some stuff over here, do the 4-wide shock, and then we'll just watch this side. Now, there's no shock launcher by core, which is sort of strange, but sort of awesome. Okay, let's get over into here. Where the double-sided attack's not working, that shock launcher needs to go before we get too much farther along. Critters... Now let's get rid of the shock launcher. Shock launcher barraging. When's Wimbledon? You can't say straight after Wimbledon. Oh, 69 people. We leave France on the 29th of June. That's kind of funny. So we're taking a train to London on the 29th. Our visas expire on June 30th or July 2nd or something like that. So we got to be out of the country. So that's when we're leaving. Then we're going to Croatia, I think. We're going to spend some time and do the Harry Potter... What's that? The Harry Potter experience in London or whatever. Go to platform 15 3/4 or whatever it is. 15 and a half. I forget. Sorry, I haven't read Harry Potter in a long time. So, going to do that stuff. My kids are going to love that. Love. And so, spend a bit of time doing that. Now... The fact that those, watch this, boom, oh, just barely surviving the boom mines. No troop health means bad things for tanks. Oh. It had been a while since the disconnect, so we're just going to keep moving forward. That laser has locked onto Bullet, which is fantastic. Lasers lock onto troops, in case you didn't know that. How am I going to clear all of those boom mines? We're going to lose some tanks here in the process. Let's get a barrage on there. Oh yeah, I was just reading an article about Andy Murray, actually, just about how he's not the stereotypical tennis superstar. So it's funny how these things, maybe probably because Wimbledon's coming up, maybe that's a thing. But just talking about how he was like little bit of an introvert, and he when he started winning, he started like, I think he hired a female coach just to kind of close the gender gap and all that sort of stuff. So it was just kind of interesting. Anyways, just reading random articles. Oh no, we're running out of time. Kind of to be expected. Now I can't stress this enough. This account only has 3 troop damage. If you want to do Mega Crab, you should have at least 4. And the troop health. I don't have troop health. We are running with 7 GBE and 3 troop damage, which is why we've come up short on like 4 to 5 stages so far. We failed on a number of stages just based on lack of damage. Lack of damage means lack of life leech. So please, if you are considering changing your statues up, please try to have at least 4 troop damage, preferably more like 5 or 6. But there's no place for green or blue statues in the Mega Crab, in case you did not already know that. Oh, okay, that's why we're talking about Murray. Yeah, it sounds like he's a unique sort of tennis champion, and they're talking about how he is a defensive superstar who would wait to try to win a point as opposed to try and win it on any single point, which is not super sexy. Defense is never super sexy, but it was just interesting to read. So if you like tennis. I think it was a bunch of tweets, actually, not an article. So I don't know if I can actually find it or not. But if you're interested, let me know. Hit me up on the YouTube comments, or on Discord, or on Telegram, or on Twitter, and I'll share the thread with you, because it was kind of interesting. Just, I don't know a lot about tennis. I know that Murray struggled to win a major for a while, I think. Do they call them majors in tennis, or is that golf? Anyways, it was interesting. It was an interesting read for someone who knows not a lot about the sport, except for deuce and love and all of that sort of stuff. I assume that Canadian. I know the name. I don't know a lot about tennis. I don't watch a lot. The only time I watch tennis is like when it's on and it's like the Wimbledon finals or like the Australian Open or what. I read. But speaking of tennis, fantastic book, Grand Slam. That's the one. Thank you. Speaking of books, the Andre Agassi biography. I'm not sure if the biography or autobiography is very good as well. Just talking about how like his dad would take him out. When his dad bought his house and like showed up at the house with a tape. Oh, look at this. I'm tempted. You know what? We're gonna do something dumb here. Apologies in advance. We're gonna do something very, very dumb. I'm gonna try a warrior solo. Now, this might be very, very, very stupid, but we're just gonna try it because I want to try a warrior solo. Warriors with Life Leech are very, very strong, and we're gonna use Bullet. And we're going to no scout, basically no scout, I should say, not actual no scout. And we're just going to try something full on ridiculous because we have not done enough ridiculous things quite yet. And we're going to go like so. We're going to get Bullet out front. We're going to get this front shield, or maybe even two. And then we're just going to go all warriors and just do something ridiculous. How can I want to get Bullet to come out front and the warriors to go out the back. So maybe, just maybe, I'll shock Bullet in place. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. Okay, so we're getting our second shield, and then we're gonna just run. Like, just absolutely run. And it's going to be silly and ridiculous and hopefully successful. I'm not trying to fail here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not attempting to fail here. I'm attempting to actually legitimately take down this stage. I think I dropped my warriors a little bit early. Now, let's run, dudes. Let's run, dudes. We're going to try to get all of our warriors. Oh, as we disconnect. Always disconnecting at the... I think my hands must... like tighten up on my phone or something like that. 1, 2, 3 into the corner. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't flare into the corner. That could be important. Now we're gonna shock Bullet right about there. Yes. Okay, so there we go. We've got our warriors in the corner. We've got Bullet out front, and now it's just a matter of Bullet still going into the corner though. That's the problem. So. Can we pull off the warrior solo? I kind of doubt it. We've got all sorts of warriors running amok, but we also have boom cannons in the fray, which is not terribly, terribly useful. So Bullet is completely wasting space right now. Like, completely wasting space. Doing nothing useful. So I shocked him, then I forgot to flare the building. So... I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. It's 10:35 in the morning. I'm getting peckish, you could say. That did not go as I planned. I shocked Bullet in the right place and then forgot to flare the building, which doesn't really work with warriors. So I'm going to retreat as soon as my last warrior dies, or maybe I'll just flare... Let's flare this boom cannon. Getting rid of the boom cannon should help us a little bit, but it also should make Bullet die a little bit faster. Look how fast his health is going down. Just so many sniper towers hitting him in the face. We got half the health though. It is for Fede. Holy crow, Fede in the house. That is unheard of. If you don't know who Freecore is, shame on you. Let's get Brick loaded. We're gonna use Brick. And we're gonna finish this stage. We're gonna get the gold trophy using warriors is the goal. We're gonna get like so. We're gonna let Miss Brick get out front. Hopefully she doesn't one-shot that. It's going to be very, very close. Come on, Brick. I was really hoping she was going to get that last shield down, but did not happen. Now, Brick is very, very slow, as you likely know. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. So we're going to wait here for a second, and then we're going to get back into this very, very back corner. We're going to use a whole bunch of smokes, and hopefully we're going to use battle orders. Now, why we're using warriors, I can't even explain because it's ridiculous and silly, but warriors do very, very good life leech, which is why I'm sort of hoping that we can crush this core with battle orders and life leech and the like. So look at that core going down, warriors just crushing it. I think I had like 1.5 million left in that shield, and they're just going ham, absolutely. Warriors, Life Leech came from warriors, so it seemed appropriate to use some warriors on this Mega Crab. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Fede. I'm glad to have you in here. No alcohol January, well done. The dry January. December is always, there's so much visiting and socializing, and so I can totally understand that. Can we solo this using warriors? I think there's a chance. Should we try? I'm going to sit here for a sec, wait for you guys to catch up. I think that only this, if we get rid of this boom cannon, we can clear all of the shields, I think, using warriors. Maybe, except for maybe this shield right here. And then we can get in the back corner. I want to use warriors one more time. I think it's a good idea. Just for sheer ridiculousness fashion. We've got 29 attacks to get to 60, so I don't even care if I get to 60 for that matter. I'm going to wait for one person to say yes in chat. If one person says yes in chat, we'll use warriors and try for the absolutely ridiculous solo. That's all it takes, one person. I'm going to wait for 30 seconds, and then if not, let's just wait for 1 second. I think you guys are a little bit delayed, so we're just going to sit here and check out this stage. Somebody, anybody? Is there anyone? May we? Okay, so we're going to try. I'm going to bring Bullet this time though. As we disconnect again. Let's move this. Oh man, this is hot. I wonder why that's so hot. Maybe it's the fact that it's sitting on top of my cardboard desk, perhaps. Let's try and prop things up a little bit. Anyways, let's use warriors. Someone's doing an op hit in the background. How long has this stream been going on for? Oh, I wonder how Boost is doing. Only 50 minutes in Boost. That's another thing. Having more damage and troop health means that you chew through stages faster, which means your boost will last for more stages. So please load some of the, what are those things called? Load more troop damage. That's my only wish for you. Please load some troop damage. It will help you. Here we go. So chat is off for the second. I'm going to get into here and hopefully get rid of this boom cannon. With one more artillery would be nice. Yes, okay, so there's that. And that. Cryo bomb. And all of our warrior dudes are going to go into there. Boom and boom. As we disconnect yet again. Are you kidding me? This is not a good day for disconnects. I feel like this is the longest stream I've done in a long time. And I think it's partially because of the fact that we're... I think my gear is just getting too hot, if that makes any sense. Heat is not obviously good for stuff, but it shouldn't be this bad. Okay, so during that disconnect, we lost most of our warriors, because I am a noob. And, so, yeah, good times. Bullet, hopefully, I wish that flare would have expired. I probably should have flared a building, so that the flare would expire, so Bullet would stay back. But overall, we still have a shot. The shot has gotten a lot smaller based on the sheer minimal number of warriors we have left. But look how healthy they are. They are just good and healthy, even though those mortars are raining down on top of them. Clearing... these mortars are being a problem. No troop health on the warriors is not a good thing. We're not going to solo this. There's no chance we're going to solo this. Unless I can get all of the shields down and then somehow destroy the core using a bullet, which again, not going to happen. So, warrior solo... This is incredibly frustrating. I'm gonna basically, as soon as this stream ends, thanks to generous donations by many of you, I'm just gonna buy all new cables. I think this is either a cable problem or a problem with my capture card getting too hot, so I'm just gonna buy all new cables, and I have Amazon Prime here in France, so hopefully they arrive in the next day or so. Disconnect! Vampirism. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. I think I found the problem. If I squeeze my cable right there, it actually disconnects. So I think it's actually a hardware problem. I'm not saving gold. I'm just forgetting to spend gold. That's all. Thank you. I will buy some raw crystals here in a moment. I wonder if I can get... What else should I get useful after this? I think if I get that, maybe just get that one rocket launcher. I'm not gonna force close. I would force close if I was sitting on my couch with no one watching, but I don't want you guys to see my email address and phone number and all that sort of stuff. So we're just gonna flare this rocket launcher. Oh, goodness gracious. It's not, no, my network's fine, man. Network is totally fine. The network is 100% rock solid. It's just this cable. I'm using a capture card, which then goes from a capture card to an HDMI cable, which then goes from an HDMI cable to an Apple HDMI to Lightning adapter. And the problem is my Lightning to HDMI adapter, I think, has a problem. So I'm going to order a new one. It's like $90. And so, thankfully, a couple guys have thrown some cash my way in this stream, so I'm just going to bite the bullet, and I'll order one as soon as this stream is over, and it should be here tomorrow, I think, maybe? Yeah, I feel like I squeeze my phone when I get into, like, difficult attacks or something, because it only seems to happen on difficult attacks. Warriors, let's use all rifles, just to switch it up a little bit. That's the last time I'll use all warriors. I don't think there's any point doing that again. All rifles, on the other hand, is always a good time. We're going to go 2 smokes, 1 and 2. Fede, it's been way too long. Now, all of the rifles getting underneath the smoke is fairly important. Let's go like so, and like so. And if I fail this attack, I'm going to be... Let's not squeeze the phone, though. And let's go bam, bam into there so I can actually make my troops walk where I want them to. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3 into there and keep some troops alive. We've got a whole bunch of GBE left. Let's throw a medkit in there just because of the mines. 1, 2, 3. I should have not thrown a shock on that rocket launcher. Critters, because there's so many mines over there. Oh no. Oh my Lanta. Let's get this down pretty please. It was touch and go there for a while, but I think we're okay now. There we go. Down goes... Uh-oh, that mortar is going to be a problem. That mortar is going to be a... Look at that mortar one-shotting all of our rifles. This is why, without troop health, the crab is so much more difficult. You should be able to take a mortar to the face. Oh, God. Oh. That was awful. Awful, awful, awful. Oh, but at least we tried something ridiculous. Okay, speaking of ridiculous, do we still have our all heavies? Nope. Let's go like so. Okay, let's finish off stage 40. in a third attack, which is so ridiculous. You should not... Oh, anyways, let's go like so. That was an easy solo that we made into a very difficult attack. Let's move over into here just because... And then we're just going to run. Run, dudes. Running into the kill zone, and then we're going to do... Oh, guess what? No life leech on the Grenadiers, which is going to be fairly terrible. Did I mention that we don't have life leech yet? So we are using the one troop that we should probably not be using. And the reason for that is no life leech on the Grenadiers. So, shocking. Down goes stage 40. If you're just joining us, which would be amazing, Grenadiers and Cryoneers do not work with Life Leech. Adam Longnecker with the best name in Boom Beach. Sad trombone indeed. I wish they had a trombone emoji. Hopefully they make one soon. Let's get our tanks back loaded and we'll steer away from the ridiculous attacks for a little while. Not that tank attacks aren't ridiculous, but lots and lots of things. How much health? Too much health to ignore the shields, probably. So, which side do we go to? The right side has a shock launcher. The left side has a shock launcher. Right side has access to the Doom Cannon. I don't know. It's kind of the same on both. Lots of sniper towers. That's going to be a problem for bullets. I'm going to bring energy druid in. I'm tempted to say next. I'm just going to give this cable a bit of a polish here as I try to avoid throwing my phone against the wall. Okay. Big breath. Serenity now. I'm going to unzip the hoodie. Hopefully you guys could hear the magic of the unzipping of the hoodie. Important to add that last bit. And now we're going to come in. There's lots and... You know what? I'm tempted to use RCZM against this. Because there are a lot of sniper towers and... you know what? We've not used RCZM yet. So let's just check see how many... I don't have troop health, so that could be a major problem. There's no mortars, limited rocket launchers, so we're going to try RCZM. Probably a good troop combo. I wish Tumba was here. That would be nice right now. Let's go with 3 boats of the wonderful rifles. We're going to add a boat of heavies just because heavies are a good influence. And then cryos obviously do not life leech either. So if cryos life leech, we could probably get away with no medics. Probably, maybe, but we're going to keep medics just in case to keep all of our dudes and ladies happy and healthy. So here, oops, we don't want Bullet, we want Miss Everspark in behind, dropping all sorts of truth bombs on the game. Yeah, no life leech on Grens or on Cryoneers. I think the general theory is because they damage multiple buildings at once, so the game just totally shuts down and doesn't know what to do. So a little bit unfortunate, but not the complete end of the world, but it definitely would have been nice. So hoping that our heavies have enough health on them to not die instantly to all of the boom cannons and things. So far they seem to be doing okay, and then we're going to come back to the left here in a moment or two. And at the very worst, what we're setting up here is a nice, easy shore hit that will make our lives much, much easier in the future. Let's get over into here, and I'm going to barrage you because you're causing me some grief. Barraging rocket launchers seems like a complete waste of... Oh yeah, look at my troops are just getting ruined. Just absolutely... This is where you... It's frustrating doing Mega Crab without troop health, and so on my main account I will definitely be dropping troop health. It makes such a big difference. It's just incredible what a difference it makes. And doing Crab with only 3 damage is also very, very frustrating. So I think on my main account, I'm going to go something along the lines of 4 GBE, 5 troop damage and 1 troop health. 41 Sith Jawa. We're going slowly. It's very, very slow plotting because we do not have proper crab statues. Proper crab statues make a huge... Oh, dead end. Let's solo something on dead end. Now, this is Triangle 9. We're doing dead end because we're short intel for duplexity. We basically just do like a joke op, and that's what dead end is in a 50. Let's do dioxin because I am terrible at dioxin, and we might as well try to fail one more time. Let's have a look here. Basically, we do save a core on this sort of magic. Rocket launcher on shore will be super awesome. That's a lot of shocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shocks, I think, plus a hot beach. Yeah, this will be a failure for sure. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to do a barrage up in here, Need that shock bomb. There we go. You did not pop. That mine's probably going to be problematic, but I'm going to leave the shock mine because I think... You know what? Let's get rid of you. I'm going to leave the shock mine because I think that could be interesting, actually. Dioxin is a map that I basically never, ever hit. I understand the basic premise of it, but that's about it. We're going to throw a smoke right there. And then we're going to flare right to about there, I think it is. I think that's about right. As long as we don't clip those right-hand mines, we should be okay, I think. And then right to about there, but while the ladies are still walking. And maybe, just maybe, we're on a nice little pathy path. Now, Brick's going to hit the shock mine, and that's a good thing for me, because that allows me to get all of my ladies there at about the same time, which might save us a little bit. We've got enough GBE for all of the shocks I need to throw, I think. We're going to throw critters there. We're going to shock there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think. Not bad, not bad. I think we missed a shock launcher somewhere. Let's go. Didn't solo, but at least we cleared the mines and had a decent hit. Again, yeah, not bad, not bad. Left something for someone else, and let's see how much damage we did. We did somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 million damage. Missed. I got all antsy with my shocks and missed a shock launcher, and it wrecked us a little bit. Not a bad hit though. Yeah, I would give that about a C+, maybe. Let's get our tanks back loaded. We're gonna get bullet back. See, multi aspects of the stream. Look at the trader. Not a bad trade. Terrible trade. SuperCell, please remove this trade from the game or swap them. Make it so that we're actually buying powder with gold. That would be a magical trade. Let's get our free trade in. Empire is here. Who is Empire? Welcome, Empire. Let's get... I'm so tempted to drop one more damage, but I've already got a 6-4 account, so let's not do that. At 10, 11 o'clock, we're going to go until my boost expires, which is approximately 34 minutes. Okay, cool. Got a hair on my screen. Let's just get the shields down and then get the core, and I'm going to need to BART that out, and I'm going to drop... frustrating. Okay, I'm so hungry right now. Talking makes me hungry for some reason. Is that is talking a workout? I feel like there is more effort involved in playing Boom Beach with a live stream than not. I'm not sure if that makes any sense or not, but we shall give this a shot. Let's go, dudes. We're going to need to get those shields down. I'm going to need to finish barraging or artillerying that. Oh, boom. I really wish I had troop health right now because tanks getting single shot by boom cannons is just so disappointing, and it just sucks. So ideally your tank should be able to take at least one shot to the face. 1 or 2 troop health makes that very, very possible, but we just don't have that luxury right now. So I'm going to have to keep using these shocks, which is a waste of GBE, sort of, but not the end of the world. Where is Bullet gone to? Okay, he's off to the right, which is not ideal at all. We need you to get back out in front, start doing some damage, and we need to get these shields down. Come on, dude. Let's go. Oh man, boom cannon hitting me from the edges. I keep forgetting about gold. My bad. Someone already pointed that out at least twice now, but I just am terrible at buying rock crystals, which is not the end of the world, but it's not super awesome. Let's get another shock out before that. One more. Need to run away now. We're going to run away back to here, because that will hopefully let Bullet catch up and let all of our tanks. If I ran over too close to that boom cannon, there would have been problems. That's why I'm trying to run away ever so slowly. We're going to lose at least 2 tanks in the process. Let's pop that cryo, and then get Bullet out front. Where are you going, Bullet? No, 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 over here. Probably should have flared the cannon, I suppose, to get him in the proper spot. Let's throw some critters on top of the machine gun. Always throw critters on top of machine guns because they have a blind spot. The chat has died. Fede, I need you to start doing some Boom Beach trivia or something ridiculous like that. I feel like everyone that is typically here is either asleep because they're from the US or Canada. By the time my live stream is an hour later than normal, which is a little bit unfortunate because other people had already started and or finished, and it's just not the typical live stream timing. But I was not going to wake up at 6 o'clock just to start a live stream. Sorry, not that dedicated. My bad. Come on, let's go. Keep moving, Bullet. Tanks need to start doing some damage. You're not life leeching when you're not doing damage, which is a big, big problem. I wonder if we're going to finish this. I kind of doubt it. I'm tempted to flare the core, but I think bad things would happen. We need Bullet to get out front on his own and stay out front on his own, so we're going to throw all sorts of kitchen sinking at it. Uh-oh. Bullet needs to do some damage ASAP. Do some damage, dude. When he gets into the red, he shoots incredibly fast. Look how fast he heals up. So the more damaged he is, the more damage he does, which means the more healing he gets. That Doom Cannon is going to be a problem here. So I'm tempted to flare it. Oh, never mind. It's hitting Bullet again. So we might actually... Nope, not enough damage. That's the problem with too many GBEs and not enough... Vac Attack still here. Well done. You can go get some food, man. Oh, Fede. We have a community manager now. I'm not entirely sure. I think he's busy with warships, which I don't know. We're in a kind of we're in limbo at the moment. In a strange spot. I wonder if I could barrage this down. Probably should have checked that instead of, or at least use warriors, because we're gonna have to wait and wait and wait for all of these dudes to make their way there. Let's speed things up and just do it. Cut the corner. Not a good idea if you want to keep your troops alive, but I think we should be able to smoke some of our tanks. Smoking tanks. Stanks. Let's just get a shock on this 4 wide. I think I missed it. Yep, I did. Missed it slightly to the right. It's noon. Oh, really? It's 11 o'clock here. Did you hear my South African slang earlier, Vac Attack? Throwing out the lacquer. I think I spent somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks in South Africa. So in all over in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, Durban, East London, Where else did we go? Drove all across the Cape, all the way out to Outshorn. Where else did I go? I think that's it. Durban looks like it was a really, really nice place years ago. It's a little bit run down now. But let's... Can we heavy Zuka? I think we might be able... Yeah, but you know what? Let's just heavy Zuka. No, yeah, they listened to feedback. Yes, Fede, they definitely did listen to feedback. And although we get like something like 15 less or fewer attacks, because if you got every 7 or whatever, at one point it was out of every 4, and you got new attacks every half an hour, and that just got people pissed. So they definitely listened to feedback, and they have been pretty good about that. So we're going to give them a hall pass on that one. Let's get all of these critters out here, and hopefully we can get over into here. Like so. There we go. Zukas took a shot to the face, but at least they do work with Life Leech, so we should be able to get back behind the core, hopefully. This is one of those attacks that if it goes well is going to make me happy, and if it goes poorly, it's going to make me sad. So let's stick to having a ridiculously good, strong attack would be good. Okay, so we're walking, and we're getting low on GBE already, which is a problem. Yeah, we're not going to have enough GBE to get to where we want to go. So that's going to be a massive problem, and we're about to fail. As you can see here, we only have 22 GBE left, and we have many things we need to accomplish. So let's throw some critters over there, and a shock right there, and just hope that our Life Leech can help us for a second or two. Because not going well, did not calculate the GBE very well at all, and our attack is now over. So, super duper awesome, but at least the mines are cleared. That's the important bit, right? That is a long one. Look how far of a walk we tried to do. Not recommended, not recommended. What's going on, D-Man? Oh. I think the poll was actually on Facebook, Miss Fede. I'm not sure if it was Reddit or Discord or what, but I know Caesar was definitely involved. You know what? Let's just try this properly. We're doing things in a stupid manner, and we're almost out of time. How much time do we have? We have 20 minutes left. Más o menos. Spanish for the Fede. Let's go like so. We're going to drop over here, and then we'll drop all of our tanks. Taunt is definitely required, reducing the damage done to Mr. Bullet. And look how easy it is to clear this entire shore, hopefully. Let's just get one more shock in here and in here. Need Bullet to start attacking some things as opposed to being shocked. Spending too much time being shocked, not enough time attacking things, which is why he's in the red. So many shock launchers, it's ridiculous. And of course, the Cryo Bomb did reach one of them, that's good. Okay, so there we go. Should have done this in the first place, but tried to do a 27 smoke walk instead. Message retract Chicago, you are up early. James, I fail all the time. That is kind of the point of this stream, is just to show how easy it is to fail on Mega Crab. Wrong statues, wrong tactics, but that is part of the fun. So whatevs is all I can say, I suppose. After this attack is done, assuming we fail, which I kind of think we will, we're going to come back with warriors. So far, I think every stage has been soloable, I think, if you have the right statues and you don't suck. So we have failed many times, though. Not overly concerned with that. If I was, I would have changed. I have the sad trombone here somewhere, but I'm afraid that if I add it, it's going to ruin people's ears. Let's all plug our ears for 1 minute, and I will add the sad trombone to the stream, just for fitting. Just for fitting. Cover your ears, here it comes. Yeah, that's probably way, way too loud. Let's turn that down to there and put it like so. Okay, I think we've got the sad trombone in action. As I was doing that, I think we've lost a whole bunch of troops, so let's try and get back to actually playing the game. Hopefully that worked out. I can't hear it in my own ears, but hopefully you guys got it on your end. Johannesburg is an interesting town. I've never been in any town like Johannesburg where it's just a weird mix of people, and there's a lot of unhappy people, and it's a strange place. I didn't really like Johannesburg all that much. I mean, there's some great parts to it, like the great food. It's just really, really quite strange, and I never really felt entirely safe or comfortable in Johannesburg. Hey, Jesse James, long time no see. You're from Poland, I think? I don't know, that's what the PL is for. Never mind. My bad, sorry. But look how much easier tanks did. Like, our Azuka attack that failed did nothing but clear mines, and we bring in tanks, and we get all... I probably should flare the core right now, actually. Let's flare the core, hit taunt, and then just hope that we get somewhere nearby with taunt, because otherwise we're not going to have enough time, and it's going to be super, super ugly. Probably going to fail anyways, but at least this way we can hit the core. Come on, core hit. Come on, core hit. We have a chance. Let's throw a med kit on top of bullet in the hopes that maybe it's going to be so close. Let's get a barrage out. We could go every time. Not enough damage, not enough damage, not enough damage. You need you need at least 4 or 5 damage for Crab. And this 3 thing is just not working. Look at that, 19,000. I think we've had like 5 or 6 stages that have come down to not enough damage. So please don't use 2 troop damage, don't use 3, use at least 4 or 5. There, I think, there we go. Here we go. Where did it go? Let's put that so I can actually hear it. Monitor, there we go. And, okay, I think we need to get... You guys should hang out, have a Boom Beach live hit together gang thing. This looks like a fairly easy stage, actually. Let's go like so. All that really matters is this stuff right here. We're going to start on the left-hand side because that way we can get our tanks attacking this shock blaster and protecting us protecting us from the Doom Cannon. Don't need to use taunt quite yet because of the cryo bomb. Obviously, we're going to launch this cryo bomb and this cryo bomb. Oh, yeah, like the stream, comment on the stream. All sorts of good things to be done. Thank you very much, Callus. Much appreciated. Let's get critters over here before we lose that tank. Too much time standing around by tanks, not enough time attacking. Might as well release these because it's cheap. Oh, there goes slow critters. Slow critters. But Bullet is in the right position. Anytime you can get Bullet into the right spot, it feels like your attacks are going to go fairly well. Now, let's just get over into here, and we'll figure out the rest afterwards. That shock launcher is going to be a pain in my butt. Not super concerned about it though. Let's go like so. Need to refresh our flare, otherwise it's not going to get there. Oh, shock launcher ruining my day. Shock launcher. See, it always happens this way. Let's get our bullet out front and we'll shock some things, and think I've lost. Did I disconnect? Oh, there we go. Audio coming back. There we go. Bullet, it needs to get back out front. Come on, Bullet. Get out front for me. There we go. Just in the nick of time. That should do us some good stuff. Now I need to get rid of you. So much GBE, that shouldn't be a problem. Go away, Shock Launcher. Oh, Shock Launcher has a lot of health. You barrage the beach turtles? That's what. Let's leave the monkeys though. Save your trees, support the monkeys, and good things will happen. Good tidings to you and all of your friends. Okay, so Shock Launcher not going away quite yet. We're gonna run out of health here. Gonna run out of time probably as well. At least Bullet is healthy. Bullet is a healthy dude. We're gonna hit Taunt here, otherwise the rocket launchers are gonna shoot over his head. Taunt nerf makes me sad. We need to get over into here. Let's just get these dudes away by doing that. I think that will get us slightly away from... There we go. That's what I was after. These boom cannons are not my friends. And now let's throw the shock launcher. We just need to get rid of that shock launcher at all costs. Even though it's going to cost us our attack, I think just need it to go away, and then we have a chance. Even though those boom cannons are going to one-shot all of our tanks. What's going on, Air Dog? Not really, not kicking butt. More like, yeah, not doing terribly well. These statues and these strategies are not working terribly well. We're still on track for the Diamond Trophy, but I'm a little bit concerned that our lack of damage is going to be just not make it happen. We'll see. My boost is about to expire. This is about to be our last, probably one of our last couple stages, and then we shall carry on with the goodness. So, for all of you, actually I'll check, I think I have like 5-7 minutes. Yeah, they nerfed Bullet really hard. His taunt is like half of the diameter it was before, and energy drink is like does half the healing it did before. So I mean, it makes sense. Bullet was way too op, so it makes sense, but it's also a little bit sad at the same time. I'm starving. It's not. I hate that autocorrect business. Is that I think that's Evil Beaver, who has changed his name on YouTube, perhaps. Either way, yes, sometimes zmot is autocorrected to snot. That is not, well, not on purpose, I don't think, but always a good time when you see that come up. A little bit unfortunate planning on my part. Did not think about autocorrect when creating my alias, unfortunately, so yes, a little bit unfortunate there for sure. I think we should just flare the core. Let's flare the core. We'll shock this stuff, and taunt, and maybe take it down. I don't know if flaring the core was the right idea, but it looks like maybe it was. Let's just barrage all of the things. So Mega Crab, as expected, you need lots and lots of damage. Not all that much troop. I have no troop health, and we've been fairly okay. So I think the optimal troop statues are going to be 1 GBE, 8 troop damage, and 1 troop health. That is a guess. It may also be that perhaps you want something more like... Ooh, maybe. Maybe we're gonna 2-hit this one. Maybe you want something a little bit more like 2 GBE with 7 troop damage, but the bottom line is lots and lots of damage is the answer to this Mega Crab, and most Mega Crabs for that matter. We keep just missing, and I've only got 3 troop damage. With 2 we missed on low level stages. With 3 we're missing in general. We keep coming up just short, which is frustrating to say the least. Okay, so we're going to use Taunt. Energy Drink has not been overly required on this crab, just because he heals himself, and when he gets low on health, he does more damage and shoots faster, and it makes for good entertainment. Let's get rid of that shock launcher. Shock launchers are a huge, huge problem on this Mega Crab. If you can do one thing, get rid of shock launchers. I just threw a med kit instead of a... Also, make sure you throw flares instead of med kits. Also important. But just get rid of shock launchers. Shock launchers, shock mines, anything that stops your troops from healing themselves is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And that's about... I've had max gold for like 7 attacks. I keep screwing it up, and I keep forgetting about it. So thanks for one more reminder, Madame Fede. Let's get one more of those out and get rid of... the other thing is boom mines and boom cannons are a huge, huge problem if you do not have troop health. So please do consider getting troop health, because it makes your troops better and stronger, and yeah. Let's get a taunt out. Just trying our best to get rid of that shock launcher before it ruins our life. Okay, saved by Bullet ever so slightly. Now watch Bullet. Bullet is super damaged, and then he starts shooting faster and heals himself very, very quickly. So Bullet MVP as per usual. Leprechaun, yes. Cruise the Caribbean. Awesome. I want to cruise the... I could really... I mean, the weather here has been pretty awesome, so I'm not going to complain all that much, but it would be really nice to have some heat, although I don't do well in heat. I am the kind of guy who likes like 26-degree weather, like 26 degrees Celsius. That's about perfect for me. T-shirt weather, where you're not sweating and too hot, but you can just lie on the beach and read all day, every day. Stage 2044. Shock launcher, shock launcher, shock launcher. I don't like shock launcher. Hopefully shock launcher's gonna change to Bullet, let our tanks, yeah, there we go. Tanks are gonna be able to do their thing. And hopefully Bullet will stay alive, even though he's in the middle of 2 flamethrowers, which is gonna be a problem. Flamethrowers, look at his health go down. Just not a good thing to have Bullet stuck on top of flamethrowers. Yes, there we go. Stage 44. Down, down, down. Not bad. And again, just to reiterate, you only need to 2-hit most stages to get your diamond trophies. So, lots and lots of powder. Let's check the time on our boost. Boost is down. Oh, that's the wrong statue. 11 minutes. So we'll do one more stage, and that's it. Oh, I see. So tempting. So tempting. We're just gonna do it. I'm gonna do a heavy Zuka hit just because it's been too long. We're gonna load this loadout right here, and we're gonna hit attack and just see how it goes. Might be a terrible idea, but I am all about the terrible ideas. Barrage in the corner. And we're going to do 1 artillery there. And then we're just going to do it. Probably too many of the smokes to... probably shouldn't be using this many smokes. But we're going to try. And hopefully we can get our troops into a position where they are alive. All thanks to that cryo bomb. Already losing a couple, but not many. Gonna drop our smokes as the heavies pop out. We're gonna wait a second, and then we'll keep walking, just to get our heavies to clear all sorts of mines, and the smokes actually still intact. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna drop critters in there, and critters in there. And hopefully that gets all of our ladies walking, and I think we've already lost all of our heavies, but maybe not. We'll find out here in a moment. Oh no, that last shock is not a good one. So we might have a chance. We might still have a chance. We've got some Zukas behind Bullet, and as long as There we go. Look at that nice triangle there with bullets standing out front, not healing all that fast though. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can take this. Look at bullets getting into the red. Come on, bullet, to get some shots off. I need you to get some shots off. Nope. We're done, ski. Rip, rip, rip. I don't know. Whack Wes? I have no idea. I can't even say because my statues are just not designed for crab whatsoever. So I will have to wait and see once the heavyweights start weighing in. Right now, it's just me. I don't know how far any. I think Chicken has gotten his diamond trophy, and I think he got it in very, very short amount of time. So it leads me to believe that people can get very, very far in. Oh, there goes Bullet. Goodbye, Bullet. It was, oh, he got caught up. Perfect. That's awesome. Whew, I'm starving right now. Starving. We already chatted about what people have for breakfast or don't eat breakfast, and I am beyond breakfast at this point. So, starving. Starving. Trying to keep my Zookas underneath smokes. Those shock launchers actually help me out a little bit. So that is going to be that. Let's throw a shock there and a shock there. And hopefully we can actually keep our Zookas alive this time. And keep Bullet alive for that matter. And that should do it for us. You know what? Let's actually... I'm going to flare that. Because I think that should actually help get... Uh-oh, it's going to be so close here in a second. Oh, man, did you see how close that was? So now that we have Bullet out front and no side shock launchers, maybe, just maybe, we can take this down. That was not a recommended way to go. It's almost noon, Fetty. It's like 11:25. That's into lunch territory-ish, just because it's... I feel like anytime I do a stream, I get super thirsty and super hungry. So let's please finish off stage 45. As long as I've been streaming, so approximately 3 hours, approximately. Very, very slow going with all the wrong statues. Again, I've said it like 50 times, but please, 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 make sure you use 4 or 5 damage statues if you're trying to go far. Otherwise, it's just so slow, and we've missed probably 7 stages because of not enough damage. So, and no troop health doesn't help either. But get your 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 troop damage statues and just wreck this crab's face. Tanks. I think we have time. We gotta go. Kawas is bailing. I have got a total of 5 minutes left, and so we're gonna finish up with one more stage. I want to get it set up. I want to do a video showing how Life Leech does not work for Cryoneers and Grenadiers. I've just to make it very, very clear. A lot of people are aware of that, but a lot of people are not. People have asked a number of times, so I want to get a video out there and make it very, very clear so people don't make the same mistakes. Found it out on the dev build, alerted SuperCell, but I guess they just couldn't get it fixed in time. So hopefully we're going to get a, what is that called? A maintenance break to fix it, but I wouldn't hold your breath. And I wouldn't hold your crab attacks either, so... yeah, I've drank more wine in France than I've ever drank back home, partially because we are without a car, so the idea of carrying a bunch of beer a couple kilometers back to our house is not overly awesome, but also the French beers that I've had have also not been super, super great. So I have come from a town with a lot of craft breweries in it, so I've grown accustomed to drinking certain kinds of beer. Not to say that they're better or worse, or they're just different. So the beer here has just not been up to my tastes, and I'm hesitant. I'm in France. I should be drinking French stuff. So if you know of a French beer that is good or great or amazing, please do let me know, because I am all about trying stuff. comments, chat, whatever. Just let me know in some sort of manner. And taunt. Now, using taunt when there's critters nearby, probably not the best way to do things. Let's get rid of some shock launchers. As I've already said about 20 times in this stream, shock launchers and shock mines and cryo bombs are your #1 concern in this Mega Crab. Shock blasters too, I'm not sure if I said that. Oh. Yeah, that, I think the Everspark Shock Blaster bug is the same as the bug where your troops, if they're walking towards a flag, if they get hit by a shock launcher at when you first drop them, but don't actually know. So let's get over into here to get away from some stuff. Let's pop that cryo bomb. Lots of shock launchers left. Lots of shock launchers left. What's going on, Glasgow Kiss? The benefits of being in the time zone where I've never done a stream in this time zone before, so definitely getting some different people in here, which is kind of nice. I'm missing out on some regulars, but that is okay too. It's definitely nice to get some new faces in here, and hopefully we're gonna fail in about 4 seconds or so, just because shock launchers of doom. And using taunt, I still think it's not the ideal ability, just because the beautiful thing about energy drink is you can get Bullet running, and if by having him run out front, it lets your troops do some very good things. And like right now, he's stuck in behind, and taunt is not going to fix that. Moved out front, kind of handy, but we're gonna keep a taunt here just to keep everything shooting at him. Maybe make that shock launcher not shoot. If Bullet is in the shock launcher's blind spot, it won't shoot, which is handy. Now, what do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of you. We're not going to finish. I should flare the core right now, but what I want to do is set this up so I can make a Cryoneer and Grenadier do not work video, just because I think it needs to be out there for the peoples. Anyways, that's it for me. Sorry, Glasgow. I am about to finish off the stream. I know you just got here, but my boost is about to expire, and so that's it. That's all from me. Thanks for all of you that came in, whether you're new or old, or you stayed up late, or got up early, or whatever it might be. Thanks again for coming in. That's not what I wanted to make. We started out with, I used 11 powder, and we have 28 now. So that's a fairly awesome. We are at stage 46, and we are up 39 powder. That is awesome. So, anyways, actually, no, I guess we're only up 28 powder. I take it back. Math is not my strong suit. Up 28 powder. I spent 11 because I boosted all of my GBE and then removed one of my GBE as we get one last disconnect for the road. Anyways, thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for taking part in the chat. Like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And, or dislike. Dislike is good too. Just do something. Click on something. Type something. Enjoy your crab. Hopefully you guys have a lot of fun. I will maybe back on another stream. Probably not, though. Maybe tonight, actually. The family's going out. So, maybe tonight. Maybe not. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm zmot. Thanks for coming in. Peace.